Because again, ain't nothing like glue everything, but don't touch mine.
If you guys get a chance, not today, but there's a good article in Cranes about how the trauma center finally went
I
to
read
University of Chicago.
that, and now they're saying they want to not make it a trauma center anymore.
They're saying, I mean, I don't know. I just know I read the first part and they're just talking about how the civil disobedience, which is
That's
really
happening there.
necessary. No. The maybe we were talking about two different ones.
Oh, I read
This is about how it actually came to be. And why did they finally put a trauma center at University of Chicago?
Okay, so the story I read about the trauma center at University of Chicago yesterday was about how it's too close to like the regular emergency room, and the peoples are crossing paths. So you got, the gunshot victims are mingling, and their families are mingling with the stroke victims' families. And the drama that's building up there is not
It
good.
is the most used trauma center.
It's not a good atmosphere that's happening.
Okay, I want to see that one.
That's what I was like, fuck. They're worried about that. And then I remember when my sister and brother got
Don't
into
forget we're live.
a car accident, and they were at the trauma center at Christ, or the emergency room there, and that was insane.
No, that's a rough place.
What I witnessed going on there, literally there were, there was police stationed everywhere. You had to show ID to go to visiting room, and you had to walk through a metal detector.
Yeah.
You're already in enough shock and trauma because a loved one's injured, and then you're like witnessing that, I couldn't imagine working and seeing that every day. That fucked me up. Sorry, listeners. I didn't mean to swear. Or viewers.
What's up, y'all? Take a moment to share the broadcast.
Where can I find the white supremacy in the West Loop? What's that?
It's in the
I
tree.
saw it in the Sun-Times. Here,
Okay.
hold on a second. Let's check it out. Well, you're not talking about this, are you? I got jokes. Here.
About how great you are. Try it risk-free. 1-800-679-0966.
That was a rally cry. You're gonna get a lot of white people voting behind that one.
What's that?
I'm tired of white people telling me what to do.
About how your home is wasting energy. Watch our air sealing and added insulation.
Welcome to All Text and Things.
What's up, y'all? Take a moment to share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. Good morning, Demetria. Good morning, Sly. Good morning, Commissioner Kerry Stateo. What up, Sly Townsend, Rory Boone, Don Johnson, John Baker, Tamiko Holt, Kimberly Patton. What's up, Pastor Hunter? Take a moment, share the broadcast. Good morning, Michelle Flagg. All right, y'all. Got a big show today. We got President of the Fraternal Order Police, Kevin Graham, today. Also, talking to Big O will be in the building, the Air Marshal, as well as Chris Zorich, two former Chicago Bears. I believe we're going to have Lance Irvin, new basketball coach at Chicago State. I'm going to talk a little bit about this bait truck, Willie Wilson. Hey, y'all, it's J&B weekend. You know, got 2 firsts this weekend. I hope they don't. Man. Bud Billiken this weekend. Hey y'all, do me a favor at some point today. If you could, go to my Facebook page and wish my favorite rock star happy birthday. It's Boog's 13th birthday. He is now a young man. Gotta give him a black mitzvah. I'll be up in a minute, Sean. I'm not on 10 yet. Black people around here getting rowdy. Willie Wilson talking about he don't want no black people. Did y'all get y'all tickets to City Club of Chicago? Please, if you did not, please make sure you grab those. September 24th, myself, Laura Washington, Greg Hines, Chicago mayor's race on the big stage. Also, man, looking to put together a panel on black, what about the black vote, and has the Democratic Party shortchanged us? Looking for, I'm trying to think of who else will be on the panel. I think it'll be Christian Mitchell. But I think we need to find somebody on the other side to represent. All right, good show. Don't forget, wish my favorite rock star a happy birthday. I want to read y'all a post. I was up this morning. I want to talk about this bait truck thing. I guess we could talk about it in the breaks. Here's your. This bait truck thing. I think that thieves are thieves, right? If you a stick-up man or you are a robber, you're a robber. And wherever you put, now obviously you're gonna go to the easiest places to rob, but you're still gonna rob. I asked this yesterday. How many black people live in a neighborhood where you have to chain your barbecue grill up in your backyard? Right? If you live in certain neighborhoods and stuff is stolen from your car because you didn't lock your doors, yes, that's your fault, but what's the difference? There's 300 people that walk by and see in your car door is open, but it's 10 people that are gonna check to see if it's open. We just mad at the police. Come home and have something stolen. I'm just saying, I'm gonna present the other side of the argument. Used to be. Oh, wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. Who's coming up and the world is in their hands. When you teach the children, teach them the best. Can y'all take a moment and share the broadcast? Share it in your friends, share it with your groups. Let's spread the word. If we just let it be. Wake up, all the builders make the old people well. They're the ones who suffer and who catch all the hell. But they don't have so very long. Cause it's police over in those neighborhoods. I say if they could just save all the barbecue grills, forget the Nikes. Just do barbecue grill steakouts in the summertime. If we're all in the hand, the only thing we have to do is put in. What's up? Good morning, Chicago. Good morning, world. This is the WVON Morning Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting in with me this week, as she has been all week, attorney Kimberly Agoin. Kim, how you feeling today? It's Friday.
It is Friday. Good morning, Maze. Good morning, WVON family.
All right, y'all. So we got to get this soul plane up in the air because it is so much going on. So got to say what's up to the WVON Morning Show team. What's up to Annette Flournoy in the newsroom? Annette, how you feeling this morning? It is Friday and everything is all right. Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to tell you, it's Friday. It's a lot going on. It is Bud Billiken weekend, right? Tomorrow is all everybody. Well, you know what? Let me back up. Before we do that, because let's get this plane up in the air. And you know we cannot get the soul plane up in the air without saying what's up to the musical conductor of the soul plane, Miss Sonia Escobar. Sonia, how you feeling this morning? You know what? I told y'all. Don't. Yeah, we got Big O. Check it out, y'all. I think the studio is gonna be on tilt. I think my jealousy, you know, I like y'all. Now I'm gonna just tell y'all. I get I'm kind of spoiled, and I appreciate the attention being focused on me. It's like this. It's me. And, you know, when Big O comes in, y'all be all in the windows. Y'all be fanning yourselves. It's like, I'm always like, you know what? I don't appreciate this. Y'all don't be showing me this kind of love. Y'all be like, oh, like y'all in the mirrors getting your head did. Like, what time is it? 6:45, everybody be around here in the mirrors. I can't find nobody on the break. Stay in the back. You know how the women go in the back. Now, check this out. Not only are we going to have Big O in the studio today, we are going to have former Chicago Bear Chris Zorich, who is taking over at Chicago State. Did you hear about that, Kim?
I did, you know, and it's exciting. Chris George is a good guy. Really, really good guy. He was a great player. So let's see what energy he brings over to Chicago State.
I can't wait to talk to Chris Zorich. I want to understand. Have you ever heard Chris Zorich talk?
Yeah.
Chris Zorich is very proper, to say the least. And it is interesting to think about Chris Zorich being such a demon on the field, going to CVS, and then having such a mild manner. I'm like, you know, I can't wait to talk to him. I look forward to that. But hey, y'all, it is the WVON Morning Show. We got this soul plane up in the air. Sonia, let's get us cracking. Now, as we get up and take off, hey, y'all, I was kind of mad. So, first of all, I wore my orange today. This was purely coincidental, but you know, sometimes I don't know if there's a such thing as coincidence. Okay. God tell you certain things, and he told me to put on an orange shirt today, and it just happened to be Hydea Pendleton on the front page of the paper. The jury selection starts. I'm like, good God, doesn't it seem like that happened so long ago? That was in 2013. It's 5 years later and they're just now picking the jury. I just want to send prayers to the Pendleton family. You know, Nate sat right here. You know, he got that restaurant over on the east side. I got to go over there and get that soul food stack. But I pray that after all of this time, they will finally get justice for Hydea. And so as the jury selection begins, I just hope that in the midst of everything that we are talking about and all the stuff that is happening, that we don't forget the lost lives of those young people who were the faces of the tragedy in Chicago. Kim, but my man Willie Wilson.
Yeah, Willie.
I'm tired of you white people telling me what to do with my money. It's my money. My money. Willie Wilson said he is tired of white people telling him what to do with his money. I think Willie Wilson is rapidly becoming a black folk hero.
I agree. Yeah, I mean that's the new rallying cry for black people. You can stop it right before my money. It's really just I'm tired of white people telling me what to do.
Man, and I'm telling y'all, as much as it's hard for a brother like Maze Jackson to say, because I grew up in this process, and but Willie Wilson is rapidly becoming my hero. Because he is speaking truth to these white folks. And you know what I'm loving about it? It's like he is confounding the white establishment. Because everything that they tried to bang him on, it seems like he's winning on with the black community. And I think, like, when you saw Lisa Madigan say, oh, everything is good, Kwame had to call up and say, look, you is going to get me problems with black folks, because I was sure going to ask him, would he continue this investigation of Willie Wilson giving away his own money? Now, I'm hoping Michael Scott is going to call.
Okay.
Because Michael Scott called to let us know that he took his name off the request to have Willie Wilson investigated by the feds. Did you know they was trying to get people who took the money convicted of really?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But the one thing that when I'm looking at Willie Wilson, he is anti-establishment. He is not playing by the politician handbook. There's something very Trump-esque about Willie Wilson, where he is basically telling people exactly how he feels. And when I'm reading the post yesterday after he said that, there's so many African-American people like, Willie Wilson wasn't going to get my vote before, but now I'm Team Willie Wilson.
Because I'm telling you, there is a rolling black awakening happening across the city, county, state, and country. Black folks are doing the math, and it ain't adding up.
It's not adding up.
It's not adding up. Look, it's Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Attorney Kimberly Agoin sitting in. We'll be back after traffic and the weather. What's up? How y'all feeling this morning? Good morning. Good morning. Nah, it was coincidental. I was thinking like, man, here, you need the volume.
No, it's not the volume. It's real crackly. I might just need to switch it out.
Oh.
Thank you, though.
All right. Let me say what's up to everybody that's rocking. What's up, Diane Scott? What's up, Remy S. Ramesey, Demetra Kelly, Carlton Brown, Kimberly Patton, Michelle Flagg, Demetra Kelly, Tasha Smiling Vacations, Tiger Lily, Denise Russell, Darlene Kennard, Alvin E. Norton, Tiger Lily, Audrey Tanksley, Edward Muhammad, Rick Good, Felicia Gatewood. Thank you, Felicia, for getting your tickets. I saw you got your tickets to Black and White. What's up, Kemet Pryor? What up, Alvin E. Norton? What up, Carol Muhammad? Kent Thompson. Hey, what up, Demetra Kelly? Jasmine Turner. Jasmine. Gotta talk. Diane Scott. Tamiko Holt. What's up, Tamiko? Tamiko, I connect you with the Southern Connect. Hey, to all my people who went to Southern Illinois University, though, I do want to, if there's alumni network base, you got kids going. We should talk about, at some point, everybody who's got kids going to different schools, and maybe just kind of creating a cluster, right? I don't know if they'll all hang out, but at least y'all could start figuring out carpools, like especially people going out of state. What up, Diane Scott? What up, Demetra Kelly? What up, Anthony West? What up, Bam Bam Welch? Anthony, Anthony, I think we all just, we got our feelings. John Rembert. Have y'all taken a moment to share? I want you to share the broadcast, but not only share it, put it in your groups, right? Take a moment and put it in your groups, the groups that you are, that are caring and conscious of what we're doing. Let me share this. Thank you, Kang Mufasa Red, for Now Tell the Children. Thank you, Tiger, for selling it with the Third Eye Gang, the music and news and entertainment, standing for Kaepernick. Thank you, Tiger, period. Alvin E. Norton. Tamiko Holt, thank you for the Chicago HCV Section 8 Residents Forum. Thank you, Tamiko, for the Lions Den. Thank you to the Chicago Housing Authority, past and present residents, Pastor Marvin Hunter, Demetra Kelly, Sly Townsend, Carol Muhammad. Thank you to Demetra for the Knuckles, Frankie Knuckles house keep alive in that group. What y'all doing? How many of y'all going to Bud Billiken? How many of y'all going to see J and B? Can y'all do me a favor? Can y'all, I want my son to think I'm kind of cool. So could y'all go to my Facebook page and wish Boog, my favorite rock star, happy birthday. Y'all see when he used to rock out? When he was the guitar hero. Take a moment to share the broadcast. Share it, share it, share it. Go ahead, Sonya.
I forgot about
That's
that.
for my boy. He's the coolest. You are tuned in to the Top of Chicago 1690 AM. So you just put a smile on my face. Okay, y'all. You know what? I noticed the WVON morning show, and he probably is asleep right now. But it is my son's 13th birthday. He has crossed the threshold into young manhood. His black mitzvah day. Right? You know what I'm saying? So I got to send a big shout out to my son, Mazon Jackson II. Happy 13th birthday, Boog. Dad loves you.
This whole black mitzvah thing work. I know bar mitzvah, you gotta read this long script and out of the.
But you know
Torah.
what? No, I don't. We don't. You know what? In the black mitzvah, this is what we do. We listen to. No, He's blessed into the listening of the Jay-Z. No, I'm just joking. No, I think I think this year we plan to embark on a year of lessons, learning, things that I believe that he should now be prepared for as he steps into manhood. And so it's not a black mitzvah from the standpoint of a big celebration, but it is a conscious acknowledgement that you have stepped over the line of being a child into young adulthood. And over that, the responsibilities that now are on you, you have to learn. I was always taught that a man only has one way in this world. Like a woman can make it on her own, or she can get married and she can make it with her husband. And I don't mean that in a chauvinistic way, but I mean in a way of, as a black man, I believe that it is now the time. Been teaching them lessons throughout life, but now it's trying to put them all together. I remember my daughter going into 8th grade, and it seemed like it was, like I was like, oh, I got time. And actually this weekend she's having her trunk party because next week she's leaving to go to college. And so again, making a conscious decision to say that at 13, this is when we are going to really start to impart the manhood, the lessons of manhood on them. So,
Beautiful.
thank you so much. So I appreciate y'all bearing with me through that. I am super excited. I'm super proud of both of my children. And man, but 13, my boy, he's a teenager now. Good Lord. All right. So y'all check this out. Willie Wilson, this whole Willie Wilson note, Kim, I really think that him telling white folks to stay out of, I really think white folks need to start staying out of business. I think this is the beginning. This is one more step in us saying white folks stay out of our business.
Yeah. Well, with Willie Wilson, it definitely departs from how most of our quote unquote black leaders act. Because we're always asking for permission for everything. And we pretty much defer all of our decisions. You know, when we were talking with the Black Caucus leader yesterday, Alderman Sawyer, and I'm asking him about why our communities can't look the same way and get the same resources as other communities. And the blame keeps getting put back on our people. We're asking for permission, we're blaming each other, we're blaming ourselves, and other people are still progressing. This guy right here is saying, I have money, I have what I need, I'm trying to do for the community, and I don't have to ask for your permission. And that's a departure. That's a serious departure from what we're used to seeing.
Man, well, I'm excited. See, I think that black elected officials are gonna be forced to acknowledge the issues that are impacting black folks. I don't think they're gonna be able to walk around with blinders anymore. See, I think that a lot of times, again, I really feel like if something is not done, we are in pre-French Revolution type of territory, which is they're up in there still having fundraisers and socials and saying, let them eat cake, right?
Right.
While the masses are starving. And you see, I mean, people are storming the gates, really. When you see young people coming into the fundraisers, the gate is being stormed, people like, hello, there's something going on, and you need to be tuned into it. You see Obama Foundation raised $250 million.
A lot of money.
Man, that's a
lot
quarter.
of old money.
What you think they could have done with $250 million in the violence issues in Chicago?
Well, they would have never put the money toward that, so
Let's see. Hey, how about this?
it was never an option.
Robert Riamo is almost back on the streets. How cool is that?
It's very dangerous. I mean, it's dangerous because, you know, we're looking at this man. He had to shoot someone from the street who may or may not have been swinging a baseball bat. And he has not been trained. Oh, and he sued the city to say, you all did not train me properly. So he hasn't undergone any subsequent training.
Good Lord.
So he's coming back on the street along with the other 460 police officers that are going to be new to the street who have not been trained in accordance with what the United States Department of Justice is saying.
Man, I can't.
It's going to be a disaster.
Oh Lord. Man, I hope they put him like at Wrigley Field or something. Don't put him back in the black neighborhood because I feel like he gonna be on a vengeance tear too. White supremacy invades the West Loop. You see white supremacists are putting stickers and signs around, particularly around the immigration office, I think. It is also the anniversary of the Charlottesville marches, coincidentally. Finally, Kim, before we go into our social media question of the day, did you see Rauner called Rahm corrupt?
Downstate.
Man, downstate. He
He's
called
playing to his base downstate.
Hey, man.
I just don't see how you go from being in the wine club and the yacht club with somebody, your boy.
I don't see how somebody makes you $16 million in a year, and you don't owe them. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
I just don't. I don't see, and that's why he hasn't said that up here. He's saying that downstate.
Wow, well, they reported it, so that's going to be interesting to see. But Kim, I was just thinking, man, it's got me to thinking about that. That got me thinking about the governor's race. And I when we come back, I want to talk about it from the perspective of black people. Like, what is really in it for the black people in this governor's race? Like, what's in it? I mean, really, honestly. And I'm gonna go through some points when I come back to emphasize what I'm saying, and then hopefully maybe you and the listeners can give us a call, let us know what you're thinking. With the social media question of the day, what's in it for the black people in the upcoming gubernatorial race? Talk Chicago 1690. We'll be back after traffic and weather.
Here's our news now.
Take a moment, share the broadcast, share the broadcast, share the
You said you
broadcast.
were into the show yesterday at first. You were like, I was kind of low energy or whatever, but you rocked it yesterday. You were on point the whole show. I don't know if you ever go back and listen to the shows, but you were hot yesterday.
Well, thank you, Kim. Thank you. I thought it was a good show yesterday. I think we both did well. Take a moment, share the broadcast, share the broadcast, share the broadcast. I think that's a great quote. That is a great quote. It would be so funny if Willie Wilson marched in the Bud Billiken parade with I'm tired of white folks telling me what to do shirts. Could you imagine that? Like, whoever, okay, if you, Ricky Hendon, I'm going to tell Ricky Hendon, if you're working with Willie,
At such gatherings, the police department is also deploying hundreds of additional officers.
He had some quotes yesterday from that press conference.
I said Eddie Johnson clip I was telling you about. You want to hear it?
Donald Trump, while a man known for rampant violence in the city.
Bad stuff happening, and probably, I guess you have to take it from the leadership. Just go bad to leadership. There's no reason in a million years that something like that should be happening in Chicago.
Trump has talked about the violence here before. A month after taking office, the president said crime in the city was totally out of control and threatening civic things. Then to look at our news now on 1690 WVON. Traffic and weather up next. WVON News Time 632.
This news report brought to you by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Rocket Mortgage is simple, so you can understand the details and be sure you're getting the right mortgage. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently. Visit rocketmortgage.com today. Licensed in all 50 states. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 3030.
Seniors, are you tired of running around town, driving to your doctor, and then going across town to your pharmacy, only to turn around and have to drive back home? GenCare is all about convenience, and seniors, GenCare Senior Medical Center wants you to enjoy all the convenience we can offer. We invite you to see for yourself by taking a free VIP tour at any of our centers. We accept many Medicare Advantage plans and have locations in Ashburn, Irwin, Glenwood, Jeffrey Manor, and Oak Lawn. Come see what a convenience healthcare experience means for seniors at GenCare. Same-day appointments and walk-in visits. Even the medications are provided on site. Want to sit back and relax? Let GenCare give you a ride with possible door-to-doctor transportation. Seniors, take a tour to experience GenCare for yourself. Need a ride to your tour? We'll pick you up.
you didn't put him on the north side. I didn't turn the, I didn't realize, I'm sorry. I apologize. Could have had the camera while I was gone. My fault, y'all, that was unintentional. Take a moment, share the broadcast, Dang, what you trying to say, Samuel? You don't think we a real black talk show? I think we're a great black talk show. I try to make sure that we know what's going on. Right? We try to share stuff. He's Ricky though. It's Hollywood Hendon.
He ate that butterball. It was good. He ain't gonna lie. It was good.
Huh?
He said, I ate that butterball.
No butter. Oh.
Well, you didn't read his quote. He said he got that butterball either from Burnett or from Jesse White last year, and he ain't gonna lie. It was good.
Man, we give out, let me just be clear. Clear. Every year, Jesse White and Alderman Burnett give away about $100,000 worth of turkeys and hams for Christmas holidays. And let me just tell you, say what you want to say, but every precinct captain come in with a list because people say, where is my turkey? Where is my ham? And they expect it. And I'm just telling you, they ain't free. It's $100,000 worth of turkeys and hams. And for some people, for Christmas, that counts. Now, that is an old school tactic. But until people, let me tell you, if they don't give out them turkeys and hams, what'll happen? People would be going crazy. That's why Ricky's. I had one of them turkeys too. Dang it! Where you think we get the turkeys for Christmas? I'm just saying. I don't like turkey. But when I fry turkey, 9 times out of 10, it is I put my request in with my precinct captain. Y'all just mad because y'all precinct captains don't give out turkeys and hens no more.
Or they don't have precinct captains.
Right. Thank you, Samuel. Okay, man, I was around here like, really, dog? You told, I be wondering, but I do realize that there are people who tune in just to hate. It's all good, because as long as you buy a ticket, it don't make no difference. I am taking donations. If anybody would like to provide gift cards for Milan's going away, I'm happy to accept. She's going far, far away. Alicia, that's not what happened. We'll talk about that Black Chamber. That's not what happened. And that was another hater move by the world's biggest hater trying to... Before I let you go... I will never let you go before I let go. You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago, 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting in with me is attorney Kimberly Agoin. And Kim, tomorrow is the Bud Billiken Day Parade. It is the day when all the people that have ignored us for the last 4 years come out to promise and tell us that it's going to all be different, right?
Right.
So tomorrow, you're going to see Governor Rauner out there. You're going to see J.B. Pritzker. I don't know if you're going to see Cash Jackson. I think he's watching us live, so I don't know if Cash Jackson will be out there. Cash, it would make sense for you to get out there. And I'm thinking that, what's the Conservative Party candidate? Sam McCann. So I wonder if Sam McCann will be out there. But anyway, Kim, I was thinking with everything going on in Chicago, Cook County, and Illinois, I was starting to think, what is at stake in this upcoming gubernatorial election for black folks? Now, I'm saying after seeing the police shootings, right, from Harriet Augustus to the man on the fence, the Lakeshore Drive shut down, the Dan Ryan shut down, 71st Street uprising, there are just things happening in the black community that I'm expecting that a governor that expects to lead has to address, because he's the governor for the whole state. And while a lot of these issues are focused in the city, it seems like there's got to be I want some leadership from a top down. Like, why hasn't Governor Rauner and Tony Preckwinkle got into a room and said, guys, this is bigger than politics. This is the livelihoods of our citizens of the state of Illinois. But that's wishful thinking, because it's election time and nobody can look like they're collaborating. But, Kim, in the past 3 months, I've heard nothing really from JB, right? I've heard the governor tried to do something on the Dan Ryan. He was like, you know what? I'm through with y'all Negroes. I was just trying to get y'all to pass so y'all ain't get hit by no cars. Y'all want to have Father Flake and turn this into the Rom hate? You know what? You Negroes have at it. Go for it. Work on it. Have it. I look at the TV. Kim, you know what I see on TV? I hate Madigan. I love puppies. What is it? I hate Madigan. I love puppies. And oh yeah, take the toilets out the crib.
Right.
with everything that's going on for black people. So, Kim, maybe you and the callers can help me. Callers, y'all help us too. 773-591-1690. Kim, what's in it for the black people in this upcoming gubernatorial election?
Well, as long as all of the elected officials have their gentleman's agreement to stay out of each other's stuff, because that's really what's more important to them. It's not important what's happening with the African American communities and people getting shot. Rauner just said, no, National Guard's not coming in. That's fine, I get it. They're not here to police. But what else are you going to put up for the black community? What are you going to do to make things better in the black community, bring more resources to the black community? Pritzker doesn't talk about that. No one talks about that. Sam McCann is as far away from that as he is from the city of Chicago. So until they get rid of the gentleman's agreement and say that we are a part of this state, you know, it's like we're a land unto ourselves. And the violence is we're all to ourselves. They said leave them to themselves. That's what it feels like.
See, and so again, cause check this out. Watch. Tomorrow, check that. I promise you.
Well, he'll be dropping G's. You know, he's out here learning from the people. Everyone's going to be talking in the old Negro spiritual tones. That's when they start talking in their preacher voices. And everyone's going to be at black people and excited because they see black people dancing. That's going to be the big ticket tomorrow. But no one's going to talk about what they're actually going to do.
So I have a perspective, right? My perspective is that I have little to no expectations from any Republican, right? I mean, there's no really reason for a Republican to campaign in Cook County. Not really. I mean, you do it because you say you do, but you know Cook County, you could lose, you could win every other county in the state. And if you lose Cook, you lose. So white folks, they go downstate everywhere they avoid Cook County. They say you say you're a Republican on the south side. That you might as well say you're a leper. But where is our candidate? See, I'm a Democrat. Real talk. I know they want to tell you. I'm going to tell you. I'm black first, though. And so, Kim, I'm asking, where are our candidates? What are they talking about? Where's the Attorney General? Both Attorney General candidates.
Who are what?
Both black.
Exactly.
And both the black. How can everything that is going on in Chicago, nobody's talking about it? Like nobody, it's like, okay, y'all, because if we address this, then we're gonna have to answer some questions. So this is what I'm telling you. Because tomorrow, I'm not going to the Bud Billiken parade tomorrow. I'm gonna sit it out. First time in some years. But I'm telling you, I'm going to look at the parade, and I'm going to see all these people with T-shirts on for every crew and every candidate. And I'm asking y'all, before you take your $100 to march, can you ask what's in it for the black people? Can you pull your phones out and ask the candidates, what's on the black agenda? Can black people that go to before y'all get to waving?
And that's the thing.
That's
it right there, because the people who are lining the streets, that the candidates actually break form to come shake your hand. What are you asking them when they come to shake your hand?
Come on, take a picture. Come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What, you're taking a picture for what?
What? Exactly. So I'm going to ask the WVON listening audience, because Kim, I don't think you gave me an answer yet.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you again, what is in it for the black people in this upcoming gubernatorial election? Black people, help me out. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Why isn't there like everybody on, like, I would think right now, I would have seen JB at the front of a march, a protest. I think I would have seen Kwame, Erica, all the people that's supposed to care about black people. Where are they? Where's Susanna now?
No one had to wade into the discussion about the children being kept in the illegal immigrants being No one had to wade into those discussions, and we're talking about people who aren't even citizens here. So a lot of that is on us. That part I do agree is on us. If we're not making ourselves an issue, then I don't know what's in it for the black people.
Now, I want everybody to vote. But I sure want us to know what the hell we voting for.
Yeah.
And what we voting about, you vote. So let me guess. You vote, I got it. I'm voting on the toilets. Are we voting on the best commercial? I think that might be it. They hoping that, at least I don't have to talk about black people. What you got on the table? What is in it for you? I mean, what you want to talk about? What you want it to be about? Y'all, it's an election coming up. Y'all about to be right tomorrow in the parade. Gee, I'm going to see so much social. I'm going to see so many people, and y'all going to get... You know what I want to see tomorrow? I want to see how many people post videos asking some questions. You know, y'all ain't got no questions. I mean, they about to come right smack dab in the 35th and King Drive.
Right.
They about to walk right through your hood, right through all the tree-lined streets of mansions and murder, right? Think about it. Y'all gonna walk past 47, right? They're gonna walk right past the gate where the young man was shot by the police. Have you heard anything? Have you heard a word?
Not anything.
But y'all gonna be cheesing. Why I ain't taping? Everybody gonna have them some breakfast, right? And everybody gonna be smiling. You think about this. They will be a block from the street where the young man got shot a day after we was complaining about the guy got shot on the fence. He was on his way to work. What y'all got to ask? What y'all asking? What y'all saying? Who's wearing t-shirts tomorrow without asking no questions? Who is gonna be the duh? I want you to get your $100. And I hope they start paying $200 to march. Because you better be getting some good money to be marching past the murders. I'm saying, how many people, how many deaths will have occurred on the same ground that they are marching on and not having to say one damn word?
And it's a lot of people who actually marched after Mr. Augustus got shot. Will they be out there? Will they be forming their own little sub-protest?
Man, I'm just saying.
Everyone's going to be there. Every elected official you could ask for.
47th and King Drive, huh? Okay. We'll talk about it when we come back. What's in it for the black people this upcoming election? I hope y'all can ask tomorrow, because it's for real. Talk Chicago. We'll be back after traffic and weather. It's so hot. Yeah, I'm not going this year. I've decided that I am going to miss the hubbub. So, while you outside and you at 47th and King Drive, just remember what happened right there. I bet if you hit, hey, what's that site where all the people got killed? I want at the press conference at the VIP when all the cameras are there, ask them what they gonna do about what's their plan for what's going on, right? Everybody gonna be cheesing. See, I should come and go Facebook Live and ask them myself. I ain't coming. Take a moment, share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. But I hope that those of you that do have your phones. I mean, I just feel like people think it's sweet out here. You know what I mean? And it's like they make it seem like we're crazy on the radio or we're crazy if you are talking about it. Because think about this. If the only time you see black people, they always cheesing, they always happy, they always smiling, they always waving, come here. Can I take a picture with you? Then you think you all good because you seen somebody on TV. Could you imagine if it wasn't like when all the politicians came by, everybody turned their back? You know what I'm saying? If everybody just turned their back. Ryman's gonna be at the parade. Hell yeah, he gonna be at the parade. Quick. He probably gonna zip through that mug. Nah, I'm tired of doing it. It's like I'm you know what? I can't do it all. Take a moment, share the broadcast. But I think that there should be an unrelenting press corps. People should be asking. They should not. No, like all the handlers, because I'm telling you, they're going to have all their handlers trying to keep you away. But it should be that everybody should be asking. Like, what? I mean, think about this. Again, when they come by and you're smiling and you're waving and you're like, hey, they love me. See, I told you they love you. And again, the problem becomes if we're always smiling when they see you, they be like the slaves is happy. They love picking that cotton. Tote that barge, lift that
And they
bill.
forget about you as soon as they go back to where they are.
It's just one more thing to do. Take a moment, share the broadcast. Y'all take a moment, share the broadcast, share the broadcast, share the broadcast. Our youth will be enforced, but who will have organized them? They will be there in force to dance, pop, drop, and lock. And I'm not trying to take away from them, but I'm suggesting that stop popping, dropping, and rolling. But again, should they be allowed to just get the cheese? I just don't think so. Y'all need to have y'all cell phones out. People need to be asking them. They don't need to have no peace. Look, they got a bunch of handlers that are going to be around them that are going to be trying to get them to avoid. And I'm not saying be ignorant. I'm talking about serious family members, right? Serious family members taking time and saying, man, it's not all good out here. What's your plan? You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting in with me is attorney Kimberly Agoin. And Kim, you still ain't told me what's in it for the black people this upcoming gubernatorial election. Now, I'm telling you, every time I turn on my TV, I'm seeing some JB licking puppies. Somebody saying they hate Mike Madigan from the Rauner camp, or they taking toilets. Them toilet commercials are funny, though. But JB is taking toilets out. So what we got? Puppies, toilets, and Madigan. What's in it for the black people this upcoming gubernatorial election? Is that what we got?
That's exactly what we have. But what's at stake for black people?
Talk to me, attorney.
I mean, a man just bit off another man's ear downtown Chicago last week. Now, you can't tell me that he didn't need some type of mental health care. All the mental health has been stripped from the city of Chicago and probably around the state. We have no money to take care of anything that is ailing us in our community. That's what's at stake. Black people are fighting to just stay in Chicago, stay in the state of Illinois. That's what's at stake. I think that we should make it uncomfortable for them. When they come around, it should be very uncomfortable for them. We shouldn't be grinning and cheesing with them. And this is a day for our celebration. Don't get me wrong, and our kids and our people need to celebrate. But should they be celebrating with us? Or should we be holding them accountable when they
I'm saying tomorrow, look, y'all, tomorrow, this is how it's going to go. All of the candidates are going to show up for Bud Billiken Day like they always do. They're going to have a bunch of volunteers paid and and volunteers. They are going to go have a great breakfast. They are going to line up and they're going to walk down King Drive. They are going to march past the murder sites of how many people? Bronzeville, the epitome of the black exodus, right? They marching down King Drive. I'm good on any MLK Boulevard, but are they marching and we gonna just be smiling? My question is this. Tomorrow when JB comes down the path, how many of y'all gonna be like, oh, JB, come over here? You know, he gonna be hi. When Bruce Rauner comes by, hello. Now I know Bruce Rauner gonna stop by web. See, he gonna come by and he gonna try and buy another What's in It for the Black People shirt. He bought one last year, right? And then Cash Jackson. I don't know if Cash Jackson coming, but do you think they invited him to the VIP breakfast? And then Sam McCann. But how many of them will be talking about anything that is impactful to black people? And can I just say this? Kim, I know you went to mental health clinics. But do you know that it's every black person ain't busted and crazy?
That's true. I'm not disagreeing with you.
But that should be on the agenda too, right? So mental health services, but if somebody come around tomorrow talking about, ooh, I got me another program, I got a job training. You know what, I've decided I'm gonna address your issues with a job training program. Get your monkey. Kim, you know what, and let me tell you how I know that black people are blowing this election. Because nobody can call me and tell me what's in it for the black people this election cycle. Nobody, no, I mean, y'all, really. I mean, so y'all they ain't even got the paid callers. Because the paid callers that, usually right now, so they got people listening to the show. So they be like, call in and respond to that. They like, what do we have? What are we talking about for the black people? Kim.
Well, think about this. A lot of times when these people come on the air, they don't want to take calls. I'd just like to hear from some of the callers. What would you say to some of these people tomorrow? They're going to be in your face. They are going to seek you out to take a photo opportunity with you. What would you say to them? Is this a time that you would just laugh with them, or would you actually make some type of demand on them? Because they're coming, they want the photo opportunities. You are going to be in their campaign literature. Well, they're walking through with the black people. It's the perfect time for them to have, I got the black people support. What would you say? What would the caller say?
Thank Kim. Black people have forgotten about their self-interest. We have bought into, because you know what they're going to say? Because they're going to say, Donald Trump is doing something bad to you.
Yeah, now that's the other.
With that Donald Trump. There's Donald Trump. Donald Trump is, we got to say. But ain't nobody said they want to get that money they've been getting back in their checks or their 401ks. Because people been like, thank you. So what's in it for the black? Is that what I am to surmise? What's in it for the black people in this gubernatorial election? And I'm telling y'all gonna give them a pass tomorrow. Sean, Alex gonna be walking around. See, I told you the black people love you. CJB, I told you. They love you, man. And you didn't even have to give out no money like Willie Wilson. Oh, it's the talk of Chicago. So you keep spending that money with them people in Philadelphia. You ain't got to spend no money with people in black. You know what? Maybe he'll hire Joanna Klonsky to talk to the black people. Yeah, just like the Black Caucus. Oh, am I being petty?
The black people whisperers.
The magic Negro conjurers. It's the Talk of Chicago 1690. We'll be back, and when we come back, we're going to be talking to Kevin Graham, president of the FOP. Hey, y'all, this is a first. We'll be back. Jim, you got the cameras. I'm off.
Hey, nobody said a phone line working? No, it looks like it works.
You got the cameras.
Okay, yeah. There'll be a lot of dancing and shaking and everything else, and that's fine for the kids, but the grown-ups need to be asking some real questions at this point. What are the grown-ups gonna say? What are the grown-ups gonna say? Are we holding any of these people accountable as they come and ask for our vote? Is this probably one of the few last times that we're gonna see them before November? And I just hope some people ask some questions, make it uncomfortable. They don't deserve to just be able to come and skate through the neighborhood and get those photo opportunities and then go on back to their office where they haven't planned anything for the community. It's just not right. Oh, okay. I thought that might be the issue. If you are calling in because you want to respond to, and have questions for the show, call in to 773-335-3458. That's the issue. Looks like there was an issue with the calls, the number. So 773-335-3458. 773-335-3458. If you will have any comments or any questions or concerns, Mays is asking a question about what's in it for the black people in this upcoming election, gubernatorial election. So give us a call, 773-335-3458. Seven 773-336-3458 is the number. Give a call if you have any questions or comments.
Boom, boom. Yeah, y'all. 7 o'clock, dance music, sex romance is my new. And it wasn't, I don't think we didn't get no calls because the phone lines, I missed it.
Phone line.
All I want to do is dance, with music, sex, romance. Only want to have some fun. Take a moment to share the broadcast. Share it in your groups. Thank you very much. Thank you. What's up to everybody on YouTube? What's up? Carmen Coburn, Sean J, Kenneth Powell, TT. What up, Brian House? What up, Sheila? What up, Dennis Evans? What's up, SJ? What up, TT? What up, I am? Yeah, no, I don't have to go. I'm not going. It was the crowds, man. The crowds. I just don't I don't got it right now. So. Oh. I want the beginning. Come here, Bo. Girl, it ain't no use. You might as well get loose. Work your body like a hoe. Oh, everybody, get them up. Show you what's at to stream. People everywhere, loosen up your hair. Take a deep breath and sing along with me. Yeah. Ready? Everybody, ooh. All right. Dance, music, sex, romance. You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, and it is the 7 o'clock hour. Y'all know this how we got to keep it funky. Y'all know that's funk right there. That's Prince funk. Kim, you know anything about, what you know about Prince?
Well, you know what, I don't know his whole repertoire the way that you know.
Okay.
But Purple Rain introduced me to Prince.
Got it.
Sure, and then all of those wonderful songs, I went back and looked at them. Prince was amazing.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, DMSR, this the jam. But hey, y'all, got to say what's up to the WVON Morning Show. What's up to Annette Flournoy in the newsroom, as well as Miss Sonia Escobar. But y'all, let me tell you something. It's a lot going on in the city of Chicago between the black community and the Chicago Police Department. And every time we have these conversations, in the middle of the conversation is this organization, the Fraternal Order of Police. And we've been hearing a lot about this consent decree that is coming out, and we've heard one side of it from the advocates, the police advocate, the people who are advocating against the police. But now on the WVON Morning Show, I would like to welcome for the first time on the WVON Morning Show, but the first of many, I hope, as we try to get an understanding between the police and the black community. Welcome to the morning show, President of the Fraternal Order of Police, Kevin Graham. Kevin, welcome to the morning show. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on.
Well, thank you. You know what? Let me say thank you for taking time to come out and talk to us or to be on the phone, because we do not often hear directly from the police, or from the Fraternal Order of Police. So, Kevin, can you explain the difference right now, just briefly, between the Fraternal Order of Police and your job compared to the CPD?
Well, my job is, as the president of the Fraternal Order of Police, is to not just run the collective bargaining unit, which is about getting a good contract, fair wages, working conditions, and medical insurance. But it's also to be a go-between between the police department, City of Chicago, and the rank and file members who we represent.
So Kevin,
Go ahead.
So why does it seem like why does it feel like the Chicago Police Department shoots an inordinate number of black people and the Fraternal Order of Police protects them?
Say the question again.
Why? Why does it seem like CPD shoots so many black people, and it seems like the Fraternal Order of Police always protects them? Has there ever been a shooting of black people that you thought was not right as the president of the Fraternal Order of Police?
We don't judge a case by the color of the skin of the person that has been being shot, or there is a question as to whether or not the use of force or deadly force is being used. We judge it on the merits of the case, and yes, there have been times that police officers have not been represented by the Fraternal Order of Police because they were outside the scope of their duties. When an officer takes the use of force, whether it's force or deadly force, and he is under the guidelines of the department, and he is a member of the collective bargaining unit, we have not just the responsibility to look into that case, we also have a legal obligation under labor law to represent that officer. Okay? Now, we take a very hard look at the case and to see if he was justified in that. And most of the time, our officers are justified. There's always somebody that's going to say, well, this wasn't right, or this wasn't right, or he was from another district, and there's always an excuse. But the reality is that it's very clear-cut as to the guidelines of the use of force.
Got it.
And go ahead.
Let me jump in real quick. So what I want to ask is this consent decree. Seems like you guys have come to some sort of agreement, but there is pushback on the recording shooting, the recording of pulling weapons on people. Are you not in agreement with the consent decree?
We are not in agreement with the consent decree. We had discussions about, under labor law, what is protected in our collective bargaining agreement, and what is our duties, responsibilities, as I indicated earlier, and what can and cannot be discussed in the consent decree. And unfortunately, the Attorney General has decided to not comply with what is Illinois labor law, and has gone after things that needs to be sat down with the city and collectively bargained. I have never said I wouldn't sit down and talk about the things that are concerning the Chicago Police Department and the City of Chicago, and things that they want to change. I'm always willing to talk.
It's just going to cost us. It's just going to cost us money. They got to pay for it, right?
Well, here's the thing. If you are at a radio station, or you are working at a business where they provide medical insurance, and they suddenly decide to cut that out, and the labor law says they've got to negotiate with you, then they have to negotiate. And at the end of our contract, and our contract's been expired since last July, they have a duty and obligation to negotiate with us. And those negotiations are at best slow. We've only had about 5 meetings, and it's all been about body cameras.
Okay, good morning, Kevin.
For the most part.
Good morning, Kevin. This is Kimberly Agoin. I'm co-hosting today with the show, and I have a question about Robert Rialmo. That's someone that you all do represent. And at one point, he was suing the city, saying that he was not trained properly, which led to the death of Quintonio LeGrier and Betty Jones. But now there's a chance he may be put back on the street, and along with another 460 officers who also have not been trained in accordance with what the Department of Justice says. Are you concerned that these officers are going to be on the street and, they haven't even been trained properly?
Well, the lawsuit that he was involved in was a private lawsuit. It had nothing to do with us. The training though, when anytime an officer has been off and then is going back on the street, they send them back to the academy. So I don't know that that's accurate, that we're going to be putting people out there that aren't trained. I do believe, I think it's almost to every single officer, even when they come back from the military, from their military deployment, they're sent back to the academy for retraining. So I have not heard that they're going to put people back on the street that haven't been trained.
Okay. Kevin, I know we don't have a lot of time with you, so I'm going to ask you to give me some quick responses to these things. I'm going to just throw them out there. Give me your immediate reaction. Bait trucks.
Bait trucks. Here's the problem. People have to follow the law. I'm a big law and order guy. I believe that people have to follow the law, and when you're breaking into a truck, and I don't care whether it's in Gary, Indiana, or it's in Lake Forest, or it's on the south side of the city. People have to follow the law.
Okay.
That's where it's at.
Okay, I'll take you on that one. What about Harith Augustus?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Harith Augustus. 71st Street shooting.
He certainly had a gun on him. He was not allowed to carry it. He had a permit to own a gun, not to carry it. And these things come down to this. Tell the police, if you got a gun on, say, look, I got a gun on me, for whatever reason. Even if you're carrying it for protection, tell them you've got it. Let the officers do their job. You may be charged with carrying a concealed weapon, but quite frankly, the courts in Cook County are pretty liberal. So I think it's to everybody's safety and advantage to comply with the lawful orders of the police. And it has been my experience that people do not get hurt that way.
Laquan McDonald, Jason Van Dyke, you're the FOP supporting Jason Van Dyke.
There is, and I have to be careful because this is an ongoing case that is going to criminal court. And I am limited as to what I can say. But I will say this. I do think that people should pay very, very close attention to this trial because I think there are a number of things that have not come out yet and have not been discussed. And I think that when it comes out, I think people will say, well, I didn't know that, and may or may not change their mind on what they feel about the case, no matter how you feel. But I do think there's a number of things that are going to be coming out during that trial, and I think people are going to be very surprised that this is going on. I think one of the things that is key, the Fraternal Order of Police, the Chicago Police Department, and a number of other entities are in no disagreement about increasing the training, and I would like to see a new police academy, a new facility, because I think we only need to go to Chicago Public Schools to see if it's a bad facility. It's very hard to learn. We need to have more training, and I believe that will increase the confidence in the public and with the police department.
Last one, and then I know you got to get out of here. Kevin, will the Fraternal Order of Police endorse Rahm Emanuel for re-election? Why you laughing, man? That's not funny. This is serious business.
I'm impressed with the question. That's why Rahm Emanuel has not asked for our endorsement.
But when he does, because he's coming, but when he does, and he is, will you support?
You know what? I can't speak for the board of directors. However, we have certainly had our differences with the mayor over the last few years.
So, would you be supporting Gary McCarthy?
You know what? I mean,
because aren't you he's a union member?
Yeah, I will say this: both Gary McCarthy and Paul Dallas have come in and asked for the endorsement. Okay, the board has not made a decision. They are waiting to see if there are other people that are going to come in and ask for that and give everyone a fair opportunity. And I believe that is the correct way to do that.
You know what? I'm going to say, Kevin, this has been a good interview. And Kevin, can I say this? I believe that we've got to find a happy medium between the black community and the police department because there are issues that need to be addressed. And I think that the only way it can happen is having honest dialogue, not screaming across a protest line, but having conversations. And when we see these things, Kevin, I would encourage you and invite you to come back and at least we'll give you the opportunity to give a different perspective to the black community so we can see maybe a different perspective. But I want to tell you, I appreciate being the first news outlet that you came to discuss this. Thank you very much for your time.
You know what? I appreciate VON. I agree with you. There needs to be a dialogue. I think that once there's more understanding and people listen to each other, because I'm sure there are things that people are going to say to me that I don't know about issues, and certainly I'm always willing to listen. So I certainly want to put our point across, but I also want to listen too. I think that's an important part of this.
Hey, y'all, I'm going to tell you, we got to have these uncomfortable conversations. If we don't, we're never going to get an understanding. This has been Kevin Graham. He is the president of the Fraternal Order of Police. What? What is that? Is that the air marshal? At 50,000 feet? Oh, y'all, when we come back, the Air Marshal Otis Wilson banging on the door. Oh, okay, open the door. We'll be back at the news, traffic, and the weather.
More of the morning show with Maze Jackson coming up.
What up, Big O? I'm good, man. Big O, you been gone, man. We've been missing you. Been world traveling.
Crisscrossing the country.
Crisscrossing the country. I see you in New York one time, then I see you in L.A. Man, you Big O, you forgot to tell your brother about the golf outing. You never sent me to your dig. That's all right. Big O, so I get up on my gram, and I see Big O, and all the world look, I wake up on my gram, right, the next day. And I see all these, because, Big O don't be posting while they going on. He posts them later. So I look, and I'm like, oh, my brother can't get no input.
My team was sleeping. They supposed to be posting while I'm out there.
You got the camera. Y'all talk.
So, yes, it was a great time. And,
It was out at Harborside.
Yes, we did at
That's a
Harborside
fabulous place.
for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And we'll continuously do it out there. And we raised over $100,000 plus. We had great weather, great turnout, and all the programs went well this year. So that was, I took my little vacation, and it went well. So I'm happy. Now I got to get ready for next year. It's always a year-round process. So it was fun, people. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun.
Hey, man, I had a great time at the camp, and I'm going to tell y'all, it was awesome to see, all those young people out and about. And Big O, and to see all the former Chicago Bears, but not just the Chicago Bears, the members of the black community that were out there at Gately Stadium, and not just members of the black community, because it was members of the 85 Bears. I was around there. See, it's kind of crazy, right? So Big O, I gotta break this down, right? So it's like, you super cool. Big O is super cool, y'all. Like, down to earth, the whole thing. I remember the first time I met him, I was like, his wife was like, man, I was like, I ain't gonna talk to him. He ain't gonna even remember me. And he was like, man, I listened to the show. And then he was talking about Queen Sugar back in those days, right? But then when you get used to him being cool, and then you realize, like, hold it, like, this is the dude that I was looking up to when I was a kid. And then when you go to like the camp, and you be like, wait a minute, this the 85 Bears for real. You be like, well, damn it. And then you try not to be like starstruck, right? Because, you're supposed to act like you've been here before, right? But it's still this whole radio thing and the whole, so you show up and it's kind of like you be standing back and it's like you supposed to be there too. And I was like, man, I met Dennis McKinnon, right? You don't even understand. When I was a shorty, I was trying to be like Dennis McKinnon, right? Like when you play, you play football in the front. Cause Dennis, I thought Willie Gault was fast, but I felt like Dennis McKinnon, like he was clutch to me. Right, like Dennis McKinnon was like, you knew that, like Willie, the bomb, it was like,
Yeah.
73rd, 30-70, he was gonna catch it.
Yeah.
My man was catching. Come on, we can come back. To say, illusion. Ooh, 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 You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting in with me is attorney Kimberly Agoin. But y'all, before we went to break, y'all heard it. I always wonder, like, where do you put your cape, your Superman? Do you just jump up 50? How does it? Big O, ladies and gentlemen, the Air Marshal at 50,000 feet. And look, here they come to the window. Get back in your seat. Sit down, ladies. If y'all don't sit y'all fight, and he around here blowing. Look, he blowing up the kisses. Y'all know I get jealous when Big O get here, because he just take all the oxygen up out the room. Look, Annette over there dancing, Sonya playing sound effects. Big O, and then you ain't been, and Kim, you too?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It basically looks like he could be right on the field.
Oh, so you know what? You know what, y'all. See, look, if you don't get back, look, now Annette talk about you better.
Oh, she gonna fight?
Oh, y'all, look, is it finna be a fight? Look, Annette, they around here house dancing, and you know, what? Big O, man, what's up, man? Where you been, man? We missed you.
I'll tell you, well, I left you guys after the golf outing. Well, first let me say the golf outing was a huge success.
Off the chain.
We were in Harborside. We raised over $120,000+.
Good God, man.
And it was just a great time. You know, all the guys came out, meaning my former teammates and other celebrities, all the sponsors, and now we have more money plus.
More money.
Work with our young people, and you know the football camp went well. So I had to go on vacation for a little bit. So I crisscrossed the country. I was in New York for a while.
When I was out with your old school, I thought you was with your old school players.
Exactly, man. I saw all my guys I played with when I was in school, and then went to LA. So now I'm back, refreshed and ready to get back to work.
All right, well, we ready for you to get back to work. We coming into the fall season, so we got some big plans. Big O, has been some changes since you've been gone, but it's all good. I'm telling you, this fall season, man, I'm telling you, the WVON morning show, y'all are not going to be ready for how it's going down.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's going down, Big O. It's going down in the building. But speaking of going down in the building, Big O, Kim, Big O, I saw you sitting there. You know, you was floating around when we was trying to let you in, but we couldn't open the air hatch because we was in the middle of the interview that made too much noise. But I know you had your headphones on. Kim, you were involved in a conversation. We just got through talking to FOP President Kevin Graham. React.
I asked him about training. He said, no, they all get trained. But then toward the end of the call, he said, no, they need some more training. I'm so confused by that discussion. He said that they don't look at the race of the person that they're get involved with, the police involved shootings. So you don't have to, because they're all black. You know, when are we going to acknowledge that black people are policed different from other communities? And I don't think that he can do that. So obviously, it's not to his advantage to do that. He has to protect his membership. But these are glaring, it so disproportionately impacts black people.
I'm going to tell you, it's glaring and disproportionately impacting black people from a black people perspective.
Okay.
Right? Like, I think that if you're talking to all white boys, white men, right? And that's your circle. And I don't know if there are any black people in the top circles of the FOP, etc. But if all you talk to is white guys, you like, man, and you watch the TV, the news, and everything else, like we were talking about the narrative, you like, man, we just trying to stop crime. I think the white guys need a real voice in their circle. And I think that's one of the things that you see with FOP. When you get in these isolated bubbles, then the data makes sense to you and your crew because y'all know how them people are over there. Yeah. Big O, your reaction?
Well, I heard the interview, and first and foremost, he told you right straight out from the get-go, he works for the police department.
Right.
So that's his alliance right there. When you talk about the crime that happens against black folks in our communities. You take people from another community, folks that don't really know what's going on in this community, and then you talk about the laws that are on the books, the guidelines that are on the books for police officers and how they policing. You know, everything's in their favor. So they're gonna come in there sometime with attitudes. They're gonna come in there sometimes scared. They're gonna come in there with a prejudged mindset, and things are gonna happen. And then I keep hearing, well, the community has to, you know, get involved and communicate with us. Well, how are we gonna get involved with somebody that don't wanna be bothered with us?
Go ahead,
You know,
Big
somebody that, you know, don't care about us. Somebody that comes in there and just, you know, do what they wanna do. And then the retaliation part, that is real.
That is
People
real.
don't get that is real.
They will retaliate. Look, y'all, we got to go to traffic and the weather and news. But let me tell you, the phone number to call in is 773-336-3458. 773-336-3458. It's changed up on us. Big O, Kimberly Ago, and Maze Jackson will be back.
Yeah, that's like they negotiating with the Players Association, negotiating with the NFL about the kneeling, taking a knee with the national anthem. Well, half the people in the Players Association really works with the NFL. So really, how much are they going to do? You know,
Right.
That's
So
people just talking BS, as far as I'm concerned.
I think that people got to understand with the FOP is that just like I say what's in it for the black people, they say what's in it for the police. They're going to push as much as they can to get as much as they can, right? For police. So if they can protect murder, that makes their members, their goal, they are not, the FOP is not accountable to black people. The FO or to the city or the county or the state. The FOP is 100% accountable to police officers. So they're going to fight to keep protecting killing people because the police officers that kill people are the people that vote. Right? So you're not going to change it from inside there, which is why we got to be stronger to put the pressure on the outside. I think going to FOP, hold on. Go to the side. Go to the side door.
And don't forget to mention, is why they call it the Fraternal Order of Police.
Go ahead.
Fraternal Order of Police. That tells you right there who's in charge and what they're trying to do. You won't get that twisted. Because when it comes to us, it's crickets over there.
Ooh, ooh,
I
ooh.
didn't quite understand what he was talking about when he said the CP, Chicago Public School, and the site that they're trying
He
to
said
do.
you should. You've been. He basically said Chicago public. He said if you've been to Chicago public schools, then you know what we dealing with too. Our joint is the same.
That's what he said.
He was like, our joint is a crumbling prison too. He like, if you've been to our facility, all you have to do is go to a CPS school, and you know what I'm talking about. He thought he was being slick.
Yeah, but that's when now training is justified to get that new building. You see what you see? I mean, that's just so disingenuous. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I want to point something out to you all. I was in the conference room, and I just want to show you all something. So you see, you know how I tell you that they don't think about the election is not won with you. Look at this. This is the city clerk Anna Valencia's. What is this? Senior guide. Senior guide. Read this. Senior guide. Clerk Anna Valencia. This is a big ass advertising catalog that is used to be with our taxpayer money is being distributed to seniors as a campaign item, although it is not a campaign item. See, big ass star city clerk Anna Valencia above senior guide, right? And then we've got her picture. Why do we need her and Rom's picture on this? Because this is a straight advertising. Turn it around. And what is it? Now, you've paid for this with your city dollars. Let me open it up. And then look. It's another advertising for city clerk Anna Valencia, right? And in here it has a list of all your city services, and look at how many pictures she's in all of your city services, right? And so these are distributed to every senior home and every senior. And then when you say to yourself, how do these people keep winning? Because these are the people that vote. I'm trying to help you understand the game. See this game right here? This, look, and then here's a black person, a white woman, an Asian person, a Latino person. See how they did that right there, y'all? But y'all, lollipop, oh black lollipops. They got you. Look.
Maze, did you all ever report on the fact that the rollout was all messed up?
Yeah.
City card? Okay, I was gonna make sure.
Look, and then on the back, they tell the seniors they could get their prescriptions. See that right there?
Exactly.
Courtesy of who? So our spending money, our tax dollars go to advertise. Can we get a black person to run for clerk? How about that? Can we get a black person to run for city clerk? How about Amara Enya for city clerk? I bet she'll beat the dog snot out of Anna Valencia. Vanecki. Our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the middle of our house in the middle of our streets. Our house, the middle of our. You are tuned in to the Top of Chicago, 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting in with me is attorney Kimberly Agoin. And at 50,000 feet, he come banging on the door. It is the Air Marshal, Big Otis Wilson, number 55, from the Super Bowl champion 1985 Chicago Bears. Now check this out, y'all. Coming up at 8 o'clock, I'm excited. Chicago State is on a resurgence. Big O, one of your, well, y'all went on the same team, but Chris Zorich,
Yeah.
former Chicago Bears, the new athletic director over at Chicago State. And then on top of that, Big O, he has hired one of the world famous Irvin brothers, Lance Irvin, as the new basketball coach. Now, if you don't know about the Irvin brothers, boy, well, we're going to talk about that later. It's going to be a basketball resurgence going on in Chicago State. But let me tell you this. Big O, you know, this week we've been talking about the narrative of black people, black folks, and like what we do to ourselves, what do we think about ourselves. And one of the things last week we had talked about was black folks throwing trash and stuff around their neighborhoods. And I thought it created a narrative that there's a narrative that black people they don't care as much about the homes and their home ownership. Right? And about decorating and all of that stuff and making sure that they got good lawns and painted and, and I was like, that just don't sound right. Because Big O, when I was growing up and even and not just in Bolingbrook, but in the city, there were black folks that took meticulous care of their house, their lawn, they painted every year. They was always doing some external project to their house to beautify it. But they never seemed to highlight that. So I was talking to somebody, Big O, about possibly getting black people included in these contests about home beautification, etc. And so I ran across Brenda Svanecki. She's the executive director of the Chicago Paint and Coating Association. And she's here to tell us about the contest that they've got going on because they want black folks to get involved. Brenda, welcome to the WVON Morning Show. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing very good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Can you hear us?
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, Brenda, I see you got this contest going on, and I'm saying, how come I don't see any black people in it? Do you know how much we care about our homes? Tell us about this contest.
Yes, and that's why we're making this reach out to you.
So talk to us
want-
about what's happening in the contest and how black folks can get involved in showing off their homes and their projects.
Okay, so how could they get involved?
Yes.
All right, if they have painted their home last summer, and then I'll give you a little background on the type, on the contest.
Well, give us the background on the contest first. Start there.
The contest, okay, the website, it's www.chicagopaint.org is the application. All they have to do is download the application, take some photos of their home. If they have any before photos would be excellent, and the home would have to have been painted either last summer, they weren't finished by Labor Day because this is a Memorial Day to Labor Day contest, but that's okay. They painted it last summer, and now at Labor Day this year, they can go ahead and enter. We can have one of the homes from your neighborhood showcased as a winner for 2018. One or maybe more. I don't know how many entries you're going to have.
Now tell us,
because we have several categories.
Now tell us the contest and then tell us what are the categories.
Okay, so the contest is Chicago's Finest Painted Ladies and Her Court. We opened it up to say and her court because this is a contest that was originally established in San Francisco. We picked it up in Chicago 32 years ago. And it was a Victorian home. It was full of detail. But then we were getting these entries of people who had a bungalow, and they maybe did some fancy trim work, and maybe we're like, we got to acknowledge that.
So,
those houses have painted. So this is the categories it's open to. It's not just, it could be a business. It can be a home in your neighborhood. It could be one of their neighbors' homes. Maybe they didn't pay, or maybe you have a business, a cute little cafe. You saw that they've been working on it. They've been fixing it up. Enter it, because there is a category: professionally painted, non-professionally painted, business, and residential.
So now now tell me the exact name of the contest. The Chicagoland Paint. Go ahead.
No. Chicago's Finest Painted Ladies. A painted lady is what is considered like a beautiful Victorian home. But then we opened it up and said, and her court. And the reason is, and her court is that opens up the contest to several structures.
So
it can be.
So what if I have a bungalow or a Georgian, and what am I supposed to do? Now, let me say, you've been doing this for 32 years. Have you ever had a black winner?
No, specifically, I do not recall that. This contest does go as far as being publicized into the Chicago Sun-Times, the Tribune. A lot of times it depends on a painter picks it up. And once a painter picks it up, it's professionally painted, he himself spreads the word. Last year we had a great emphasis, and we have in the last few years, coming from Elgin. And that's because the painters out there are kind of like in their own little competition with it. So we really are saying, no, we can't have that. We can't, it has to be a bigger reach, because this contest is a 50-mile radius of Chicago. It goes to Calumet City, and I don't even know, probably further.
So,
whatever, beyond that.
So now tell me if you win, what do you get?
Okay. We are a nonprofit, but you will get a beautifully, we have a photographer come to your home. So we call you ahead of time because it's fall. If you have pumpkins out, you can take your pumpkins away. So we will take a beautiful picture of your home. It's beautifully framed, so it's custom framed. Then you're invited to an awards dinner, and the awards dinner is very nice. You are honored. There's pictures. The pictures go into the paper. I just think that it's a great way to say we're celebrating with you. We celebrate with the winner. We celebrate with the community. We just want to come together.
Let me tell you something. And so and Brenda, first of all, thank you for taking this opportunity. And I want to explain this to the listeners and everybody that is out here. So many times in the home and garden magazines, the architectural magazines, just publications, they very rarely feature the best of the black community. And every time I'm flipping through these magazines or these home showcases, I always want to see black folks represented. And so when I saw that they were doing this contest, right, I said that there are so many black people that take meticulous care of their homes that would love to share and showcase. And so we were able to work with Brenda to be able to increase the outreach. Because, like, you know what, Big O, at my crib, I've built an oasis on my roof. And I'm proud of it. I got my rooftop garden, right? And I painted my outside, I got my TV mounted, and I got it, and I'm proud of it. And I think so many times we don't share the best of what black folks do. And so, now Brenda, I'm gonna need the hookup. We need you to pick somebody from the south side. If I get the people to enter, can we get somebody from the south or west side in the contest and feature?
Yes. Yes, we will work with you. I want that too. And enthusiasm is very contagious. So other people, they kind of spun off that. And creativity is just such a beautiful gift. And people begin to see their own creativity flourishing. And they're like, my gosh, I picked out those colors. They can pick out their own colors. There's other ways to pick out colors as well. When you go into a paint store, they'll have like chips, maybe like the paint chips. Maybe you say, well, I happen to like that darker red. Maybe you have a red bungalow brick. Then you might say, what's the complementary color? And then at the paint store, they can help you pick out complementary colors. You could do it yourself. You can make it like a neighborhood thing. Do a barbecue and get a couple of neighbors to help you, especially with a bungalow, because you mostly like the trim, the porch. It brings out, so much within a person, because you now have this really proud moment. And then you're getting the picture, you're going to the awards banquet, everybody comes on the same page, everybody's so excited. So you love to reward someone.
Brenda, tell us one more time how people can enter. What's the website that they need to go to?
Okay. www.chicagopaint.org. But they can also, there will be an application, but they can call the association, and I can send them a application. Or if you like, I can send you applications. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Well, you know what? This is what I want you to do. Get the information to my producer. We got to go to traffic and weather, but I want you to get the information, and we're going to share it as well. Look. It's the Talk of Chicago 1690. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Brenda Svanecki. She's the Executive Director of Chicago Paint and Coating Association. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit about that, because I'm telling you, I would love to see a house from Calumet Heights or Pill Hill or one of the great black neighborhoods featured and showcase the best of black folks. This is the Talk of Chicago 1690. We'll be back.
More of the morning show with me.
So that sounds cute.
It is. You know what though, Big O? Like, think about this. When you think of home and garden magazines, you never think that you're gonna see a black house there. But think about when you ride through Pill Hill. Think about when you ride through like your neighborhood, and think about the pride that those black homeowners take in their crib. Remember, you was like, man, as soon as I get my back straight, I'ma have cigars and y'all gonna come through and we gonna chill out. Because everybody builds an oasis in their space, but they never show that of us. So could you imagine at home with Big O in right off of, I'm not gonna say, but in his community, and Big O sits back, not MTV Cribs, but Big O sitting back, I take care of my lawn, and enjoying my home, my castle, my kingdom. And they don't ever think to put black people in those contests. When I saw it, I was like, man, do you know how many black people, like in certain neighborhoods, are like, man? Now, if you a renter, if you ain't never had a lawn, you ain't never cut grass, if you ain't never had that experience, then that's something different. But if you are a homeowner, I enjoyed cutting my grass. I enjoyed painting. I enjoyed saying I did that myself. Now, when do they show the best of us? They'll show you a hood and it'll be bogus. They're not
gonna show you that.
Exactly.
For a reason.
Right.
So I think I call it nice and cute, that they're doing stuff like that, but they always skip over because they don't think we do that.
That's my point. It's like stuff that they say black people don't do. And it's like, man, I know black people that have done better, got way better cribs than white folks, but they never said, oh, I could get in the contest, or ever thought, man. So imagine you open up the Chicago Sun-Times or the Chicago Tribune and the Cavalcade of Homes, and instead of just Lake Forest, Deerfield, and whatever, it's also Pill Hill. It's also, that's all I'm saying.
People taking pride in that investment.
Right.
Well, that's good. Hopefully they'll get some folks involved, and we will get involved.
Right. So let's get some people to win.
That avenue is not open.
Yeah, I'm
They
saying.
don't know about it.
Right. And they just, so here's the thing. We got the lady to say she'll commit to selecting one from the black community. Now, imagine that becomes a contest of beautification, because now we jumping and we trying to get the black house, and now you get cribs all over the neighborhood saying, man, I'm trying to be in that contest. Does it spark a neighborhood beautification program? Does it say, does that encourage people to say, man, don't be dropping that trash around here?
Yeah, exactly. Don't come riding through here throwing stuff out the window.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, Audrey, I do remember Red Man's Crib on MTV Cribs. That was one of the best ones ever. That was ridiculous. Take a moment, share the broadcast. All right. Also, can y'all do me a favor? Wish my little man happy birthday today. He has entered. Hold on, let me get that on camera.
Hey.
Go ahead, Big O.
Which
Maison, little Maison.
Little Maison, happy birthday.
Turned 13 today, man.
1 big, 1 3.
Yes.
My man, know that that's a blessing from upstairs. Never take that blessing lightly, because everybody wants one more. So
Yes.
happy birthday, enjoy it, and tell Pops to take you out.
He hitting me up. He like, they be like, birthday. He be like, ding, ding, ding. And it's crazy because it's birthday. My daughter got her trunk party. Then she leaves next week. I'm like,
yeah, we got the invitation. We're trying to figure it out.
well, if you get a chance, stop by, man. It's, be out good either way.
What's going on? Football season started.
That's right.
So, Big O's on the road.
Oh, where you going?
Well, no, the Middle Brewery.
Oh, you started already? Hey, man, I'm gonna be stalking some of them, man. Do you get free beer? Oh, I'm coming to get some free beer.
All you want.
We back. Coming into view. I wanna be living for the love you. Oh, yes, I am. All that I'm living for the love of you. Happy birthday, Kennedy. You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago 1690. Big O, you over there having a moment, man. What you know about that?
I went back to 1976.
Oh, Lord.
Syracuse, New York.
Uh-oh, sound like it was some action. You know what? See, look at the ladies. Here they go. Get back. Get back.
Yes.
It's Syracuse, so Big O, I was thinking like, man, do you remember the old days when the party used to close with 2 slow songs?
Oh, man.
What happened to those days? I used to go to the party just for the last 2 songs. And then still not get a dance, because I'd be spending the whole day and looking at girls.
I actually hated when it got to that point, because you had to leave.
You knew you had to pick. That's what you knew you had to do. Look, you like, that was the old days. So, Big O, when back in the day, how did you pick?
Oh, God, how did I pick? Oh, well, it was somebody. Well, hey.
Look, I'm gonna let you off the hook on that one right now. This is a WVON. Look, I see. Look at this. You know what, y'all?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all what.
Right there.
It's going down. You know what? You need to tune in to Facebook
Thick
Live.
in the woods.
Oh, he said thick in the woods. I'm gonna tell you, this is Big O in the studio. Big O.
Yes.
And I feel like people was making fun of me.
Why?
When I had Brenda on. Right? I feel like people don't, they like, Maze, this is WVON. This ain't no home and garden show. Where you get that white lady, Brenda Savinky, talk about some painted houses? But Big O, I was talking about this earlier, either this week or last week. I was like, what is the best black neighborhood. Like, if you wanted, there's Lincoln Park for white folks, but like, what was the best black neighborhood? And people couldn't really say, like, and I was saying, like, best black neighborhood, beauty of homes, got school, got everything in the neighborhood, and we couldn't put a complete neighborhood together.
Well, it's kind of sprinkled, isn't it? A little bit?
Yeah, it's sprinkled, but like, if you wanted to go and live in a solidly middle-class black neighborhood that had good schools, good shopping, good everything within distance, walking distance,
Okay.
what neighborhood would that be?
Coming from being a guy, a transplant from New York
Yep.
to Chicago,
Yep.
I would say Hyde Park.
Hyde Park ain't black.
Exactly.
Okay, see? That's my
There
point.
are a lot of
Black people there.
To see there were beautiful homes, walking distance to everything, but you're right. We have to have our own.
And so,
What do we call our own?
exactly.
Would you say Beverly?
Beverly is white than a mug. It's one black person. Black people live on one.
Would you say Calumet?
I say Calumet Heights, yeah.
Okay.
I say Pill Hill.
Okay.
I say Chatham. But I was saying, Big O, that in those names, I was like, there are black homeowners that take pride in their cribs. And I was thinking about how many times I look in architecture magazines or home and garden magazines for ideas, how many times I'm in the Home Depot and I see black people working on their houses, painting, meticulous details all over their lawns. And I thought, shouldn't they showcase the best of black people? And so give us a call, 773-336-3458. Do you take care of your neighborhood? Do you take pride in your crib? Big O, I used to love cutting my grass and edging it and doing all the stuff. And then like at the end of the day, I could have worked 6 hours on my front of my house. And the enjoyment was sitting back, looking at it in perfect shape.
Yes, yes. And I like to come home to beauty, and I'm in the process now beautifying my space.
Exactly.
So, yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
And so black folks, all I'm saying is if you take care of your home, you take pride in it, why can't we showcase the best of what we do? Right? Can we show the best of black neighborhoods? Yeah. Like I drive through one of my big bro DK lives in Tyrone Davis's old house. Right? You got people who have taken care of their homes, their lawns, and I think take pride in it. And why not showcase it? Why not give us an opportunity? Let white folks and black folks see, man, black people take good care of their cribs, their homes. Am I crazy, y'all? Give us a call, 773-336-3458. Let's go to the phone lines. Katie, talk to me. I'm great.
I think that this is not going to make white folks like us any better, but I think we need to get our own, because if that's a nonprofit, and then how come we can't have a nonprofit and compete with that nonprofit to showcase our homes?
I'm with you. So build it. But I'm saying until we do build it, and Katie, I don't have a problem. Like I don't have an agenda here except for to showcase the best in black and whatever. If there is another contest that is created and you do it, I'm happy to promote it and push it. But I'm saying let's showcase the best that we got right now. Nate, you on the Talk Chicago 1690.
Morning. How you doing, Brother Babe?
Great.
Jackson.
Great.
Man, just calling to let you know, man, that idea that you came up with, sorry, about the home and garden for blacks. My dad has the best grass in Ashburn, man. I kid you not.
No, where's it? Where you live at? I can tell you if he got it.
Hey, May, next time you come to Better Images, brother, I'll take you over there myself.
I'm coming there today. Nate, I'm coming today to get my hair cut. I'm going to check it out.
I'm coming too. What time you coming?
I'll tell you a little bit, tell you offline, but probably around 2 o'clock.
Gotcha.
All right, my man. All right, last call. Deborah from Chatham. Deborah, do black people take care of their lawns? Do we care?
I just want to point out to you, ladies, and I want to say good morning to you, first of all, and I'm not trying to be offensive. Natives of Chicago, people who were raised and born in the city of it, know that in the 90s and 80s, Chatham was featured in the top magazines as one of the best communities in comparison to white communities as well to live in. They have been featured in magazines in Peel Hill. They had magazines that come out about the outstanding black community. It just was about in the 90s.
Thank you, Deborah.
Chicago, that's Black Chicago.
Deborah, that's no diss. I don't take a diss to that at all. I think, but we talk about 2018, what we got. It's Talk Chicago 1690. We'll be back after traffic, news, and the weather.
The talk of Chicago.
It's like they go back to that Harold Washington stuff, right? Man, we was great 20 years ago.
But that's what we lead to, because
that's all.
Today, most folks, they got other issues they got to deal with.
Exactly.
They ain't thinking about it. I mean, you have the ones that come home on the weekend, take care of their lawns and do things, but for the most part, the other 50% they win. They don't care about the place. They're gonna leave it after some point.
But the people that are, I think that it goes back to the narrative of black people, right? The story that we talk about of black people is always of poor, broken, lonely. The last of the least. We talk about the lowest 10% instead of the upwardly mobile 90%. Not to diss the 10, but if everything that is about us is always poor, broken, lonely, when if you drive through what they call North Beverly, if you drive through Ashburn, Wrightwood, hey man, it's places where people are more particular about their homes and their cribs than, right? It's not a mentality that those who may not have ever had that understand, but I know people who have tried to get homes just so they can have a lawn and cut their grass and sit in their backyard.
I had one more too. When I moved out in my neighborhood, I made black folks step up.
See?
I spent about $100,000 for landscaping and flowers and beautification. Everybody's like, oh, we gotta compare to that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah. We got. There's tons of folks that take care of their stuff, but there's tons of them that don't.
The owners take care. The renters that don't aspire to own don't take care.
But that lady had a good point though. That's something that we can probably do. Get somebody to, start a non-profit and do stuff like that.
And so she's funded by the painters, right?
Indigo. They can do something like that.
Indigo ain't doing jack bone. Just gone. Bye, Herman. Sorry. Herman, whatever. Bye. Anyway, I think that it's always the answer is like, so until we do it, right? So until somebody black do it, right? Till Katie stop and say, I heard somebody else and hate on their stuff, because that's going to be 2 years in the making. So do we build up the momentum and a base of people that are participating so that they can get it?
This is the start.
Huh?
This is the start.
Right.
I'll say it.
So start it, Katie, and then we'll come. But if you ain't starting it, I just would like to make sure that black people get featured as part of the best. And so if we...
We'll keep the pressure on this white woman.
But the real deal is, it ain't no pressure, because she I'd like to. She just told you on air, I'll pick a black one. If y'all turn in y'all cribs, I'll make sure that one comes. So when somebody says, and that's the opening of the door. Now you know about developing relationships. So next year we say, okay, painters, black people showed up and showed out. Instead of going through theirs, found the black homeowners, and then you get the painters to fund it, because this year you had an overwhelming response that Brenda Svinecki can't even talk to. And then you introduce them to a whole place and you say, why don't we do the black homeowners, blah, 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 because they paint. But you got to demonstrate, this is proof of concept, that people will respond to the premise. Yeah, renters care, because I'm a renter. Now, it just depends. If you got home training, according to Eddie. We're going to talk about that. Bring them in there. We got, right. Ron got on the thing and told us we need some home training.
Lord have mercy. Yeah.
Take a moment, share the broadcast. I mean, I just think about all this summer, how many people was talking about their gardens? Like, is there a black garden showcase page? Right? Like, even is it a Facebook page that we showcase gardens and black people that grew Because everybody got a green thumb this summer.
Well, yeah, well, that's a good point.
Right?
You know,
So is there,
Facebook, Instagram.
Facebook, do a hashtag Facebook or Instagram, Black, show me your, Tanel, you see that? He said you can start it on Instagram. Hey, get a hashtag. Big O coming to the social world.
And I'm loving it.
I know. Hey, man.
I'm loving it.
So, but again, even if we, like Tanil, we can do that on the Black Society page or whatever, but the premise is, can we also showcase the best of Black in this whole thing to start recreating the narrative and really start embracing the best of us? Everything we see from everybody else, you wouldn't even, it's goofballs, it's real goofballs that think that keeping your home together and being proud of home ownership is a dumb thing. Like, but then that tells you how they grew up. It tells you what their expectations are, right? Like if you can't see beauty in your own neighborhoods, right? What do your kids expect? Man, I want my kids to have the expectation that I'm supposed to live in excellence, not in slobbing poverty. And even if you ain't got no $50 million, you can keep your stuff clean and cut. And paint ain't no better, ain't no cheaper redecoration than paint, right?
Take care of yourself, take care of your property. That shows you a lot about the person.
Right.
And it shows you a lot about the person. What's up, sir?
What's up, Coach? How you feeling, man?
How you feeling, brother? You doing okay? Yeah.
What's up, brother? How you feeling, man? You one of the world famous urban brothers. Mike is one of my. What's up, sir? I know I met you a couple times. I think we done some fundraisers together too. We was back today. Put them right there. Put them.
Put you right here, and
Ty, keep them in this. In this purview. Yeah. And then Ty, we gotta move this.
Okay. What's that shirt you wear?
I wear large.
What's that shirt you wear?
Extra large.
I'll bring headphones just a second. So come on, sit over here. The camera's right away.
What's that shirt?
Oh, large.
Uh-oh, Big O getting the muscle yoga on. It's good. Coach, you don't make your team do no yoga? Look at Big O getting a full leg stretch. Coach, we need some yoga up in there. Where you at? Oh, Coach. Look, Coach. Oh, yeah. Big Chris, come on, act like that. We don't get no yoga. All right, here we go. I'm trying to make the Chicago State baseball team. Check out my form. All right, here you go. Come on, sign me, Coach, sign me.
You know I used to pitch too. Please don't get me started. It's like you're gonna hit this fastball. When you start, check the form. IDK.
It's going down in Chicago State.
Going down in here. It's going down in here.
It's going down. You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, and y'all know how we do at the top of every hour. When you hear at 8 o'clock, though, and you hear the, then you know I'm getting my stretch on. Yeah. Now, sitting in with me today, sit down, get back. This is what happens when Big O comes in. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, if you are not watching us on Facebook Live, you are missing out. The yoga experience that just went down in here was crazy. You got Big O doing the leg stretch yoga. I think I done talked the new Chicago State basketball coach into doing baseball yoga. You know we got Sonia Escobar in the back. She doing the musical conductor yoga. I got Annette Flournoy doing the Sneaky Pete yoga. Because she in here watching Big O getting the stretch on. And then, y'all, we got the very serious
the one and only
athletic director of Chicago State, like, I don't do that yoga. There could be tapes.
Well, I'm not sure if 300 pounds you do yoga.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what. I was excited about this. Couple things. There's a lot going on in Chicago State now. Y'all know how I feel about Chicago State. They got an $88 million operating budget, and only $300,000 went to the black people. But we on a different day today, because I'm here to tell you that I believe that there is a resurgence happening at Chicago State. They got a new president. New president came in and made a new hire. New hire with Chicago roots that goes down deep. When I say deep, I'm talking deep, right down the street, as a matter of fact. CVS deep. CVS deep. They hired a new athletic director that is near and dear to most Chicagoans' hearts. We followed you from CVS. We saw your heart at CVS. We saw you go to Notre Dame, where you were not the biggest dude, but always had the most heart. And then we saw you come to our own Chicago Bears. And now you are taking over at Chicago State. But then you made a hire. And when I saw the hire, I said, oh, hell. Oh, hell. Chicago basketball might be back. Now, you know, everybody on the north side, they've been getting their jollies off. They excited. You know, we all love. We all had our feel-good moment for Loyola.
Oh,
we did. You know, we was like, that's so cool. But when I heard that Chicago State signed Lance Irvin of the world-famous Irvin Brothers, I was like, uh-oh, Chicago State finna be problems with some people. Because that means that the pipeline to Chicago basketball is open. So, with that introduction, let me welcome to the WVON morning show Chicago's own Chris Zorich, who is the athletic director at Chicago State,
Yes, sir.
as well as Mr. Lance Irvin, who is now the new men's basketball coach at Chicago State. I would ask y'all to squeeze in, but with Big O, and it's like, you know, Lance, you may get on this side of the table. We can fit, because you do a basketball. We got two defensive, big, husky guys. But guys, talk to me about what's going on. Chris, talk to me about the resurgence at Chicago State in their athletic department.
Well, I think the first thing we have to realize is that we have to understand how important Chicago State is to our community. The idea that we have a beautiful campus, the idea that we're right in your own backyard is important. Before I took the job, I spent a day and a half on the campus, just kind of walking around. Beautiful, beautiful campus. I encourage anyone who's around the neighborhood, please stop by my office. The idea that we want to share this beautiful gem to everyone is important. But from an athletic side, we need to bring in folks that understand what, not necessarily how to be successful, but understand the opportunities that we have there. And I think Lance was a great story. He talked about it at the press conference, kind of his first experience at Chicago State. And it's really, really something special. And I'd love to kind of turn over to Lance, because at least we can hear that story. It's a great story.
So Lance Irvin.
What's up?
What's up, man? So, you know, Lance, you come from what would be considered basketball royalty family here in Chicago. There are some families, there are some teams, that there are people, but I would say that the preeminent AAU, the preeminent high school basketball, right? Right. I think you got players. Y'all have developed players all around the country. NBA, Europe, all over. Talk to me about what brought you to Chicago State.
You know, well, first I want to thank you for having us on the show.
Hey man, can I tell you this? First of all, we want courtside, and also we want to be actively involved in Chicago State basketball.
Matter of fact, I'll put you right behind a bench next to me too.
That's what I need, man.
I might not.
Okay.
Anyway, no, I was definitely excited to be named the head coach at Chicago State University, and I always thought that CSU was a great school. First of all, I mean the professors are top notch. It's on the south side, and I just think it's a really good school. And when Chris Zorich called me and President Scott, I was really happy because I was like, look, I'm from Chicago, born and raised from Chicago, and this is a great opportunity for us to really change the culture and get the school right. And I was telling the staff at the press conference and the people at the press conference, like my brothers and I, I love to tell stories from time to time, but my father, he woke us up big old, it was cold outside in the winter. My father was telling us, look, I'm gonna take y'all to somewhere nice. So we jumped in our station wagon. I think my father had like a 79 station wagon back there. So, and it was 6 of them. It had everything. So he got us all dressed. So, we driving, we turned the corner at 99th. I'm like, man, where we going? So then we got the 95th and I saw a sign that said Chicago State University. So we pull in the lot was jam-packed. I'm like, oh, okay. So we go in. Our first college basketball game was Chicago State versus Central State. And back then, that was a huge rivalry. The gym was packed. I remember the band was rocking. Everybody was excited. So that was my first college basketball
Can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
My very first college basketball game was at Chicago State, too. My aunt lived on 87th and Constance, and she was going to Chicago State. And I remember going to Chicago State basketball games at 10 years old. And I was like, dang, I'm going to Chicago State.
It was a great experience. I mean, the band was rocking. People was cheering. Chicago State won. That was a great time back then. People from the community came out and supported the team.
So, yeah.
And now, here's the amazing thing. So now you look at that. He had his chance, his first college basketball game, and now he's a coach. I mean, those are stories that we want to talk about. We want to hear your story. Your first college basketball game is that's what I say when you're 10 years old. We want to create those memories again. That's why we had a chance to bring in, a wonderful men's coach with Lance, and also on the women's side, we have a great women's coach as well in Misty. So the
Misty,
idea that we have this resurgence.
Misty who?
Her name is Coach Opak.
Okay.
Misty Opak.
Wonderful. Look, y'all.
She's been calling in. She's actually on the way from Rockford.
Recruiting? All right, well, good. Well, that's good stuff. That's what I'm trying to hear. Look, y'all, when we come back, we are going to talk to y'all got time? Can y'all hang out with us for the rest of the hour? All right, look, so we're gonna talk about Chicago State. We're going to talk about a lot of other stuff. We're going to have some fun. This is the WVON Morning Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Chris Zorich in the building. Lance Irvin from the world-famous Irvin Brothers. Big old world champion Super Bowl, y'all. All these rings and watches and gold and man, I'm just saying, y'all making a brother feel. And then all the women plastered to the windows. Y'all know I get jealous when I'm in here and everybody else is bigger than me. It's the Talk Chicago 1690. We'll be back. So man, bro, so I know Mike and Corey, right? So I used to work with them a lot when they used to do a lot of parties in the 27th Ward, like on Lake Street. And so I used to help them keep the guys, keep them straight in the local, with the local stuff. But man, I'm excited about y'all taking up, move that mic for me, would you? Just go over to the side. Talk to me about what you think having, because I feel like with the Irvins, it's like a package, right? Like, it's like, so does that mean that you all will become a Morgan Park feeder school, right? Or does that mean that, I feel like there's so much talent from Chicago that escapes.
I mean, and it does, and with us, we all know some of everybody.
Right.
So, my brothers, Mike, Byron, Mac, they all help. We all help each other. My sister Sadie, my sister-in-law, Corey. So we all help each other. So due to that, everybody knows somebody. So we have access to a lot of players out there, a lot of parents and stuff. So hopefully that will help.
What has been Chicago State's problem? Because it seems like, man, bro, y'all got a facility. Y'all got a campus. It's a HBCU. It seems like, man, y'all should be able, like, it seems like if I was at Chicago State, it seemed like you don't got to go out of Chicago to fill it up. And if y'all put basketball and all that together, it seemed like people would be there.
You know, it comes with winning. Also, you know, sometimes people want you to win quick. But it's a process building a program also.
Okay.
I think some of it just, you know, the support. Some of that, you know, it comes, like I heard Danny Ainge say on TV one time.
Speak up a little.
I heard Danny Ainge say on TV one time. Sometimes it's about the resources you put in to the program also. So with critics and presidents with the ability to put more resources in, then that should help. That should help. You know, it's a unique student population at Chicago State also. You know, we got a lot of transfer students. We got students, maybe parents. You know, so the population is different. So we just have to reach out to them and get them to come out. It's definitely a little bit different. It's a challenge, but with that being said, it can be done.
Man, I'm looking forward to it, man. I just feel like I'm be honest with you, I do expect a faster ramp up with y'all being involved. I do. I do. I feel like I have expectations now. I really fundamentally have basketball expectations with y'all being involved in the team.
And we all do. We all do. I'm not gonna say that I know. I can't say how many wins we're gonna have.
Right.
I do. And I feel like we get better every day. We get better.
You're gonna bring in, I feel like it's a process. I feel like y'all got the ability to recruit though.
Man, I get phone calls from Canada, California, Indianapolis, Florida, Arizona. Right now, I'm just trying to find the right ones because I got the job kind of late.
Okay.
But I mean, you'll see. We gonna get our shit.
Okay. All right. My son probably geeked up right now.
Man, tell your son I need to get him a fire shirt. So trust me, trust and believe I get you some good.
Hey man, my son, you know what? So I wanted him to play on the Fire, but I mean, everybody wants him to play. He's 12.
Okay.
So what? They're actually turned 13 today. I want him to play on the Fire. The problem with the Fire is, dog. No. It's like he needs more like one-on-one, right? Like he plays for Christ the King, the West Side team. The South Side team. They went 40-2, but the coaches there are focused on the white kids going to Catholic League. So he might be one of the best, but they gonna always put the white kid in at the point guard.
But one of the things we tell our coaches at that early age is, listen, you have to work with the players and give them opportunity to grow. That's how Pops did. That's how my father started us. We started at Chattanooga on 83rd, Ellis. We was about 5, I think it was 5. My brother Brian was like 7. I mean, my brother Mac was 3. With Gil Walker. So we all started over there at Chattanooga. A bunch of players. Tim Hardaway used to play over there. Tracy Bill. Everybody played at the route over there.
You still cool with Trey?
Yeah.
Good. That's my man. And my big bro is DK. He like, tell him I'm in there talking. He gave you big props yesterday. He gave you big props. Said it was a real smart hire. You know, hey man, you know DK, man, that's the dude told me the whole game. He taught me how to dress, took me to my first NBA party. Misty Opat. Her name is Opat.
O-P-A-T, yeah.
Opat. Okay, we back, guys. We back. The hell? Taking over the studio and picking the songs, talk about it's raining men. That's right. Maze Jackson is in the studio. I don't think she.
Been some issues. We now have our budget. We are all good to go.
The first day?
Hey, well, not only that, Lance has been working out kids, talking to kids and everything like 3 or 4 days ago. So I'm walking through the halls and I'm like, man, what are you doing here? You haven't started yet. We didn't have press conference. Hey man, I got to work, got to talk to these kids, One thing. Now, Misty's bringing kids on her first day. I mean, this is the type of commitment that our coaches have. when you talk about the community, we're going to be starting programs where each team is going to be doing outreach to certain grammar schools in the area. We've been able to talk to our alderman officers, Alderman Beal. He's been very excited about the opportunities we have here. Really, this is a new day and age for Chicago State.
Ladies and gentlemen, that voice you're hearing in the background is Chris Zorich. He is the new athletic director at Chicago State. We have got Lance Irvin. Lance, what's that ring you got on, man?
Well, this is the second championship ring.
Oh, so you talking that the second championship. Big O, where you next time? We're gonna have to, I got all these championship rings.
I feel naked over here.
You got a world championship.
You're right. It's just a guy who has a Super Bowl.
Big O ring is nice.
And Misty, you got a ring?
I got 4 of them.
4! Look, y'all. Chicago State is on the way back. This is Talk Chicago 1698. I'm talking to Misty Opatch. She's the new women's coach. First day. Lance Irvin. First day. Hey, Lance, man, I know I can't. I want to just put a Facebook Live camera at your lunch, at your dinner table, because I can't imagine what that competition is like. And y'all, we got Chicago's own CBS graduate, Notre Dame graduate, Chicago Bear, Chris Zorich, Big Otis Wilson in the building, and all the women are stuck to the glass. It's Top Chicago 1690. We'll be back after traffic, news, and the weather.
Live from the WVON newsroom, here's our news.
At 8:30. What's your song?
What song do you want to do?
Let's do, I Wish It Would Rain by the Temptations.
And I wish it would rain.
So I wrote your intro up there. Just
it's time.
Today it's Otis, and then I need you to do the.
You got to give me one without do.
No problem, Days.
Thank you. All right. No problem.
I would say the Kenwood crew.
So
the Kenwood crew.
Mr. was being very nice.
Tish, you know Tish.
She has 4 guys.
Huh? 4 national. Where's she play? And where? Okay. Okay. That's good stuff.
Hey, you know what, man? Let me tell you this. When you was talking on the earlier segment about beautifying the neighborhood and how you used to do stuff when we was little, I live in the neighborhood. All our grass is nice. And
that's my
stuff nice now.
That's the thing, though. Like they tell people though. Like, so what I'm trying to do is introduce. I'm tired of things that I'm saying what black people don't do, right? So they be like, black people don't take care of their grass and their lawns and they don't care about that. So this is the lady here is the executive director for all the paint sales in the state. So my thing is, y'all showcasing all these houses. Every day I go to Home Depot, it's full of black people, got some full of flowers, whatever. Why y'all not showcasing them?
Hey, my neighbor across the street, Mr. Jackson,
See?
does most people's yards in the neighborhood. Like, I'm serious. I'm not trying to brag, but my stuff nice. His stuff, people on our stuff nice.
But ain't the people on your block, and it's almost a competition in some cases. People be like, oh.
Look, I pull up a picture of my yard. You know that turf you and Chris used to play on that grass? My stuff looks like artificial turf.
And you take pride in that, don't you?
Look, and the urban family, like, we got a competition. Me, Mike, Mac. I put up pictures.
Buy me a picture. I posted.
And it sounds like at least she's woman help, right? I mean, it's just one thing about which is what you want folks to do. I mean, the idea that folks take care of their lawn isn't something new.
But it's the narrative. And my concern is that as everything that's hitting the news, and even with what I do, it's easy to think that the world is worse than it is good, right? If it is easy, if I was to just listen to the show and talk about all the issues that are impacting us, I would tell you that the world is terrible. I would think like, but I really have a good life. There's things that I want to fix, but I've been blessed. I'm not tripping. I've been blessed. I don't like to see people getting shot. I want to address those issues. But I also want black people to participate in the best of life, right? So everything ain't everybody getting shot. And some days, you know, I get peace from seeing nice neighborhoods. When I don't like that people feel like you gotta drive to Beverly to only see nice cribs. You can go to Chatham. Look, he like,
Look at my yard. That look like Ashton. That look like turf.
We can play on that grass.
we can play on that. That's AstroTurf, y'all. That's AstroTurf. You know, this that grass. This the grass you don't mind getting tackled on. That's that grass. You be like, yeah, we playing on their grass, right? Cause
nice and soft.
right. I didn't even see no brown nowhere in there. Right. But again, I think what, like, even with Chicago State and the opportunity is the introduction to college life at an early age. So you do have if you got Chicago State rocking and you pack out that center and kids come there and they seeing games and they have it and I can buy it for $5 or whatever the ticket price is. It's like you get the college experience and it's right there, and then it opens your mind to it. I remember going to games when Chicago State had them pull-out bleachers, and man, we was in that mug, and I just remember being able to stomp and make it loud, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. And I just think that, like, with the Chicago State stuff, so like whenever, like, I want to give away tickets, I want to encourage, we want to bring kids, I want to bring kids to see the games and get the experience, to walk. So many kids have not been to a college campus, and that really is a college campus.
And live finance well.
Right.
And that's why we need to talk about the students at Chicago State. There's some good students, though.
We get that too. And then look, guys, I'm gonna roll this because I'm gonna talk about, you're gonna be part of the conversation now. Okay. So we moving into, I'm about to talk about these bait trucks. Okay? So, do you have a chained barbecue grill in your backyard? Pardon? Do you leave your barbecue, is your barbecue grill chained or unchained?
It's matter of fact, I don't have it out yet, but when I had it out, it was unchained.
It was unchained?
It was unchained.
No problems with it?
No, I had no problem.
Okay.
Mine's unchained too.
Okay, mine is unchained, but it's on the roof.
Mine's in my back.
Right, mine is on the 3rd floor. So mine is, but come on now. If I just feel like this. If I'm a stick-up dude, I'm a stick-up dude. And wherever I see the weakness and I got an opportunity, I'm going to take it. If I'm a thief and I see an opportunity, I'm going to steal when I see it. It is almost right now, like, I don't even know what's right and what's wrong. So 2 weeks ago, somebody stole my phone out of my car. They didn't break my window. They didn't, right? And I left my door open, drove away, and then they went in it and stole my cell phone. Mm-hmm. My cell phone had my wallet, you know how you have it with the slot and everything. Yeah. And I was grateful that they didn't break the window and that they only checked the handle, as in that's a cost of doing business. I grew up in Bolingbrook, where if you accidentally left your door open, they wouldn't go in it. We back.
My future, my life is filled with
look, that's what he's saying when he's going to the show.
Day after day, I stay locked up in my room.
Go ahead, Lance. I see you got something in you.
It might sound strange, but I wish it would rain. Oh, yeah. God, so badly, I wanna go outside.
Bring this mic up.
Everyone knows that a man ain't supposed to cry. Listen, I gotta cry, 'cause crying.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the WVON Morning Show. And it is, you know how we do after 8:30, it is time for Otis's Choice, brought to you.
I got my choice, because Charles always takes it.
Well, let me tell you, you can get it a lot more often now. Hey, every day, Next Level Health, it is the choice. Today's choice was by Otis Wilson. Otis, who did you choose today? Who was that?
Oh, the Temptations, Motown.
Big old man, I thought you wasn't gonna pick no like guy. Like, you know, man, if they ever give me a choice, I'm gonna pick something like Jam. Whoa, Jam. But ladies and gentlemen, that is The Next Level Health Choice. Now, Next Level Health is one of only 7 insurers participating with the state in serving Medicaid beneficiaries participating in the state's new health choice Illinois program. What that means is, black folks, that is our choice for healthcare, Next Level Health. It is the choice brought to you by Next Level Health. Otis Wilson, I wish it would rain. Hey, you know what? I got the Chicago State athletic director, CVS alum, as well as Notre Dame grad and Chicago Bear, Chris Zorich. Look at that. That's that barking you hear in the background is one of our former junkyard dogs. Big. Oh, I got the poster still. I still got the poster.
You still got it?
I'm embarrassed to ask him will he sign it, but I got it. I got all of them. The one where they had the coats on, the one with the lightning. Man, I'm telling you, don't get me started. I got them.
Super Bowl shuffle.
And then we have Lance Irvin. Lance is one of the world famous Irvin brothers, former assistant at Morgan Park, now the new head coach at Chicago State.
And my brother Nick just told me to tell you, he said hello. That's the head coach at Morgan Park.
What's up, Nick, man? Yeah, can I tell y'all what I love watching? Morgan Park versus Simeon. Them games. Hey, you're not bringing that to us. Y'all not going to be doing that at Chicago State, are you?
You know what?
First things first.
Okay.
Things first, we have to get stuff organized first. We are going to be showcasing certain public league games in the future.
Okay.
Let's just say that.
Hey, look, I'm telling you, since y'all started the show everybody first day, I'm just telling y'all now. I need everybody's cell phone because I'm calling y'all for all the games. I'm going to be there. And if y'all need a ball boy, I can help you out. And on the live line, we have Misty Opat. Now, Chris told me, Misty, that you won 4 national championships. Is that true?
It is.
so you try.
And she was runner-up last year. See, she's being very modest. If you take a look at it, just happen to ask her what her winning percentage.
What's your winning percentage, Misty?
What?
What's your winning percentage?
78.
Good God, woman! All right, look, y'all. I'm telling y'all, Chicago State is on a resurgence. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all. I see these cool green cougars. Y'all need to get the jerseys cracking. Y'all need to make like Chicago State, Chicago's home team, man. I'm telling y'all.
Absolutely.
Chicago State could be Chicago's home team. And anybody, man, you scared to leave town, stay at the crib.
Well, hold on. You know what? I just thought of a real good tagline. Chicago's real
home team.
Home team.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
See? Okay.
Look at that. See,
That's
hashtag Chicago's real home team.
Chicago's real home team.
Hey, y'all. So, look, since I got y'all.
I'm writing that down.
You write that down, man. Give me some points on that. All right. Let me ask you all a question. I'm going to go. This is not sports. This is not athletic related. Did y'all see the story about these bait trucks? These bait trucks in the neighborhood. And you know what, Mike? I mean, not Mike. Lance.
That's all right.
I think, you get Nikes. You got a relationship with Nike, right? You drop a whole box. If a truck full of Nikes were pulled up on your block, and the trunk was raised open, and you saw it was full of Nikes, would you go in the truck and take the Nikes, or should you pull it down and call somebody?
I'll be wearing Nikes all day.
Exactly. I think some people probably going there. I would have had some nice Nikes on myself.
Chris, what about you? Chris, like, I don't know. Let me tell you. So let me not put you. Let me tell you what I would say.
Well, Chris, you're a little bit older now.
He'll answer that off the air.
You're a little older now.
As the athletic director.
I am the athletic director. That's what I can say.
But I said you're a little older now, Chris. When you was younger, maybe. I don't know.
So y'all, can I say this? And I'm torn. I'm really torn over this bait truck, right? And for those of you that don't know, there was a story in the paper about a bait truck being dropped in Inglewood, very near to the train yards, right? And it was apparently left open with gym shoes, Nikes, that allowed the people in the neighborhood to go in and check, go in and take the shoes. Now, so there's two things. So I'm going to give poverty an excuse here. Okay, so let's give the poverty excuse. I'm going to say that. But I also feel like if I saw an open Nike truck in my neighborhood, I think you got to get some stupid points. Cause who leaves a truck of Nikes open? I would say instantly, this is a setup. This is the banana in the tailpipe trick. Come on, Lance, talk to me, because you seem like you got a different opinion.
Well, mine is different too, because, I mean, instead of putting a bait truck out there, use the cost of the bait truck to bring something educational to the community. How about helping people get jobs and stuff like that? I mean, other than bait truck, come on, there's more stuff we can do to help out over there than put a bait truck, I feel like. Let's uplift the community.
Okay.
And I'll add to that. Let's really talk about what's really happening. Because ever since I can remember, growing up in New York, the freight yard has always been robbed. I mean, they've been doing that because there's a segment out there that knows the stuff is coming through that channel. Now, you as the owner of the freight yard or whatever, there's other ways of dealing with this situation. Because the guys that are going in there doing this, they're not the ones that's gonna go to that truck and see that truck lid open because they know, they're smarter than that.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're really entrapping is people that in that community that's gonna come there and take advantage of that opportunity. So I think it's entrapment in what they're doing and how they're going about it is the wrong way.
Chris.
So don't put no trailer in my community, police that yard and do it the right way, because a lot of that is inside jobs. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'm gonna tell you it's inside jobs. I watched The Wire, man. I seen that episode. What you talking about? I know how this works. I also know that every Christmas season, there is an abundance of sales that come from everything that you can get. And somebody's always like, man, I hit a train lick. We got Xboxes. I hit a train lick. We got TVs. I hit a train lick. We got guns. And then we say, what happened? Chris, your turn.
So I'm going to put my legal hat on. I actually graduated from Notre Dame's law school.
Oh,
yes.
2002. So,
okay.
However, I am not a lawyer. Did not pass the bar. Took it once and just realized that this was not for me. I need to be an athletic director. So here I am. That's really all about entrapment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, and I think Lance had perfect idea. You know, instead of trying to entrap folks, let's try to educate. Let's try to provide opportunities for folks. Let's understand why we're doing this, and really kind of make a difference in the area that you're actually having a bait truck. I mean, the idea that you're going to entrap somebody is embarrassing. Really, it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, see that compassion?
Take that money that you spending on that entrapment and put it into the college.
Ooh.
Put it into the schools. Put it into the community.
It's always so deep on the WVON morning show. Look at that. Man, you got compassion. You got championships. You got the Irvin brothers. Look, we got a 4-time national champion on the line. What else does Chicago State need? I'm going to tell you what it needs. It needs black folks to come out and support. When we come back, we're going to wrap this show up. Chris Zorich, Lance Irvin, Big Otis Wilson, and Misty Opat. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. We'll be back after traffic and the weather.
More of the morning show with Maze Jackson coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 W.
When did you guys get started?
August 22, school gets started, but the first game is like November 6th.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna come back.
Y'all still D1?
Yeah, we still D1.
We always will be.
You always will be D1?
Yeah.
Chris, you going to bring football?
Let's get basketball. We need sport. I don't have $10 million.
Big O, bring the Start a 7-on-7 program at Chicago State, man. Come on, man. Get the skill positions. Let's network.
I would love to do my big man came today.
Mike, who you got? I mean, God damn it.
That's all right.
Lance, who you got big in the hopper, man? Who you got? You know, so you can't tell us.
Man, okay.
You got any 7-footers? Come on. We got 2 7-footers, man.
From one yesterday.
Is this person at work?
Man.
This person at work.
Come on, man. This the Urban Brothers, dog. They gotta stay. You got how many, man?
Man, I heard from one last night. We just trying to figure it out.
Look, I'm getting text. Mean Street's like, we good too. What y'all talking about?
No, me.
Look. Is that not so? But I'm saying, man, y'all got a deep talent pool. Like this AAU.
Is that one of your guys?
Yeah,
He's going the wrong way.
What's he doing? It's one of your. Focus, man. What was I thinking? Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to Chicago State. I feel like it's so many people that like JUCO out. Oh, good.
So that's what this is all about, right? This is about exposure. This is about folks knowing that we're here. You know, it's funny. We had a tent at the Silver Room block party.
Ooh.
And folks were walking by, and we could see they were reading. I was reading a book saying,
what the fuck? Yeah, people do think Chicago State is closed.
So now the idea that we're out there, we got people that understand that, you know, we know how to educate people here. Perfect, thank you very much, sir. That we have folks who, you know, are bright, intelligent people. We educate folks. We have master's programs. We have PhD. I mean, we have education programs. These are the things that folks don't know about.
You guys are gonna be great ambassadors, though, right? Chicago State has also been self-contained, right? Yep. I'm telling you, you and this whole being outside, talking to people, being part of the community. Man, I really do have tremendous expectations.
I was just the other day serious, but I was driving down the street. I saw some little shorty there playing basketball. So I got out and started talking. That was right after my press conference. They was like, "That's the head coach from Chicago State." I'm like, "Yeah," and start talking to him. So you gotta get out. I mean, really, you make sure I talk about students.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like it's been a closed network, and I'm excited to see y'all be here. All right, y'all, we gonna wrap. I'm gonna go to Misty and let her off, and then we'll close up. Woohoo! Celebration, celebrate good times. Come on, let's celebrate. There's a celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the year. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. We're gonna celebrate and have a good time. You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago, 1690 AM. I am your host, Maze Jackson. Kimberly Gordon has been in with me all week. She had to cut out early, but still here. You know how it go. 50,000 feet, the air marshal. You know, we get the plane. The soul plane is up in the air, rocking and rolling. And all the time, the air marshal, I'll be like, how do you get to 50,000 feet, man?
Hey,
Big O.
I ate a well-balanced breakfast.
Man, Big O is in here. I could tell, man, you have well-balanced breakfast. And then with these other two guys in here, it's got all the women stuck to the windows around here. And I'm a little upset because, you know, I like all the attention. But I got Chris Zorich, former Chicago Bears CBS alum, as well as Notre Dame football player and law school graduate, right? I got Lance Irvin. World famous Irvin Brothers, bringing Chicago State basketball back. And on the live line, I have 4-time national champion, Misty Opat. Misty, I know we got you on the live line. We got to let you go, but I want to give you an opportunity to get some final words in to give us a close.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me on today. And Chris has my cell number. I heard this, so he certainly can give that to you. And I'm really, really excited. A new era in Chicago State athletics altogether. More specifically to me, women's basketball has begun, and obviously it's not going to change overnight, but we're going to work to try to make it change overnight. And it's going to be a fun ride, and I hope the community jumps on board and supports us as we make a run to the championship.
See, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That is Misty Opat. She is the new head women's basketball coach at Chicago State. See, y'all, I told y'all. Thank you, Misty, for being with us. I told y'all. This is the problem. Look right. I'm trying to do my show. And all these women done got stuck to the windows. They sneaking through. Ooh, what's going on?
High school buddies. That's my buddy. That's my high school buddy.
You went to CBS?
Yeah.
CBS Cavaliers.
Oh,
That's
no. So we got we got brown Sonya sitting behind the thing fanning herself. You got black Sonya sneaking through the studio. That's because we got Chris Zorge. I don't know if it's the rings, the muscles, the what it is, but look,
shirts, man.
I'm going to tell you what.
You brought gifts.
Oh, you brought gifts.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to give y'all a pass then. Lance, give us some closing words, man, what we can expect from Chicago State. Hey, man, my man DK, Donnie Kirksey, head coach over at CBS Basketball, said he thought it was a great pick. Said to let y'all know he's excited for you all and what you're doing in Chicago State.
But let me say this. I think oftentimes the students at Chicago State get overlooked in this process. There's some great students at Chicago State. There's first-time family members that's going to Chicago State. We have sometimes students that have kids and stuff. And the students at Chicago State, they do a wonderful job. And I just want to make sure that we give those students credit, and I'm asking them, excuse me, that they come out to the game. And also, we want to make the basketball games a destination place on game days. And that way, we have the community come out. That helps rebuild the school. That helps build everybody up. So if we can get those aspects, the student support, community support, we're going to do our part. I'm going to make sure the guys play hard. I can't guarantee, I don't know how many wins we're going to get, but my brother Mike said #time to win. But with that being said, though, I just want to thank everybody and let y'all know we're going to put out a good product, and I just want to make sure we acknowledge the students at Chicago State, because there's some good ones.
You know what? And that's another thing, right? The fact that Chicago State has been so instrumental in getting black people educated and getting degrees that allow them to go to the next level. Chris, you got 1 minute, bro.
Well, it's interesting. I saw a stat as I was going over all the research to actually eventually get this job. And at one point in the Chicago public school system, I believe there were 70% of the teachers and administrators in CPS have gone through Chicago State. Now, you're talking about an abundance of alumni in the area. I mean, this is a place now, this is a resurgence for us, resurgence for them. We want to get folks out. You will be hearing more about all the success we're going to have. And I think that I'm going to go talk to my marketing guy, and I think we may have come up with a great tagline for this year, Chicago's real home team. What do you think?
Yeah.
And it started here.
You know what? As long as I want some points on that, but I think you should go with
that.
Hey, y'all. Real quick, I just want to. So first of all, I want to thank you guys for being here. Right. Chicago State. We expect that you'll be back here regularly. We want to see players. Sure. We want to know what's going on, etc. I wanted to take this because this post caught me this morning. It's from a young lady. She said, "I grew up in Roseland. Once I came home through the front door as thieves were walking out of my back door with the VCR and microwave. I was 15. There was also that time I got the Coach bag I'd worked for and put on layaway. That I put on layaway was stolen after a group of my friends tried to stop the thief who retaliated with fists. It was my homecoming. I was still in my pom-pom uniform and hadn't made it to the stadium or the bus stop yet. I was 15. Once our family car was stolen right outside our house while we were inside the house eating dinner. I was 16. Another time I got punched hard in the face and had my gold chain snatched at the bus stop when I was 17. So when I see cops setting up thieves or potential thieves, although I understand the protest, I also remember being stolen from. and getting punched in the face hard. And I remember how hard I worked and saved to buy those chains in person to have them violently taken. I understand poverty and I understand the hood completely. But why am I supposed to be mad at thieves in the hood being set up or caught thieving more than I am mad at the thieves for thieving? Poverty doesn't automatically make stealing honorable. It's still theft. And those people who would have stolen Nikes from a truck are the same folks that will punch a girl in the face for a chain and a dinky bag. Don't get it twisted. They will rob you. I just want to make sure that we think about all the perspectives. Hey, it's J&B weekend. It is also Bud Billiken. Hope to see y'all all out. Hey, for Maze Jackson, for Annette Flournoy in the newsroom, Sonia Escobar, the music conductor of the Soul Plane. For athletic director at Chicago State and new head basketball coach Chris Zorich and Lance Irvin. For the air marshal who always catches us at 50,000 feet, I am the host of the WVON morning show. And if they don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
The talk of Chicago and the voice of the nation.
All right, y'all.
I forgot to drink, man, so we have my guy bring coffee.
So thank you all. Look, we want to be a resource, right?
You will, believe me.
We want to make sure that Chicago State, y'all tell anything, y'all got anything good happening. You doing pregame, you doing postgame, you know you might be doing activities. Let us know. We'll help drive people there when you got big games. Tell us 312.
I'm gonna call you from the 2149.
Okay. 593 6912.
This should be ringing. That's not Lance.
Oh, I'll lock that in.
I'm definitely coming out.
Y'all going to the Bud Billiken tomorrow?
Yeah, we got them marching.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good Friday.
Get us some. You know what? I don't know.
See.
You know what? I go to Bud Billiken every year. I might come out there. I come every year. This year I ain't got it. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Oh wait, hold on. Check out the CSU gear. Get your CSU gear.
Okay.
You know what we need to get you with too? Hold on. Let me see it again, Chris. That's what I'm talking about. Chicago State, get your gear. Now y'all know, we gotta get Big O. Say peace out to the peoples. Big O.
Love you guys. Peace. I'm on my way to the golf outing. I'll be playing golf all day, hanging with the boys. Hey, I earned it.
Big O. You know what you all need to get with?